They hit the front in the last quarter, and I think actually they were in front at the start of the last quarter. But Daryl Spencer took the game by the scruff of the neck and kicked a couple of goals.
Was his hearing?
Then Joyce kicked one for Myrtleford. 3 goals to Craig Miller, 1 goal to Brad Murray, 1 to Nick Barnes, 1 to Andrew Carey, 1 to Lucy and Dean Jones, which puts the Saints back in front late in the game. Shane Peters also kicked a goal in the last quarter, and that makes 9, I think.
Okay, thanks very much, Jono.
Big news.
And because you work for them.
Panthers for 9, Jono.
I'm going for Panthers, but they haven't convinced me yet.
Lavington for Jono, Lavington for me. In what should be an absolute thriller. The umpires today, and let's hope we see a good performance from them. Rob Fair and Ben Hall. The Bushranger is back for you again,
so he should
Ronnie.
Did a good job in Wodonga Yarrawonga under 15s last week.
And stay tuned tonight. We have to start a big trivia contest to win some great prizes on Oak FM. The night match is underway through Steve Murphy.
And the ball goes up in the centre of the ground. First time Saturday night football, there's a ball up in the centre. Free kick will come out of this, plucked away the Tigers' way. Jump you straight on the spot there, Rosie. Here we go.
We're ready for that.
Tigers will get it through defence. They'll get through the agency, through the middle there of Kelsey. Goes forward, inside forward 50. Can't take the mark, Kelly, for the Panthers. Pack of players gathered there at ground level by number 25, which is O'Brien. Can't get a clear possession out. Falls fortuitously. Comes forward for the Albury side now on a snap, and they've got a goal. Goal through the agency there of... Can't quite...
Daniel McAllister.
Daniel McAllister
Grant did
kicks
well
the
to
goal
get it
for
to
Albury.
So
It was a quick reply, wasn't it?
it was.
Up we go. Kelly over the top there, brings it down. Shoover's in the middle of it. He can't get it out. It's kicked off the ground, kicked forward there, picked up by Nick Carroll. Throws on his left boot and kicks it to half forward for the Tigers. Marked by Benny O'Brien. Sorry, it's Brett O'Brien. Benny's the one down in Melbourne drinking cans. He kicks in the forward line. We're coming through for the Lavington Panthers. It's a free kick going down there to Mark Armand, deep in defence. Billy Armand, the brother of Jamie, who went right up forward for Yarra late in the game today. He kicks forward and short and finds Rex Hunt at half back. Hunt steadies up and drives it long. Target Paul Sanson. The ball spills across the back. Running onto it was Butler. Couldn't quite pick it up. Paul Sanson does well though. He runs on and boots it on. Kicks it to Todd Brown mid-air. He goes long into the forward line. It spills forward. Kate Stevens picks up. Stevens lines up. It's across the face of goal and through from behind. Panthers' first score on the Contract Plumbing scoreboard. And it's 1 behind where Albury lead 1 goal. We've gone 1 minute 5 in the first quarter, so there's been a bit of action.
Exciting stuff there for Lavington. It's end-to-end football at the moment between the Panthers and the Tigers. Albury lead it by 5 points.
A big kick in by Nick Carroll there. He kicks right out to the other side where it's marked by Anglin. Anglin gives it across to Jono Thompson. Thompson kicks from half back to half forward over the back of the top. But there's a free kick going out to Albury over here, and I think it'll go to Cameron Taylor. It will right at centre wing. Taylor kicks it in, has he yet? He's got the football back there. He now kicks it in long into the forward line. Coming out, it's sharked off the front of the pack by John Hunt. Hunt runs it around and kicks it round out to the broadcast side. Got Cade Stevens, got the running Todd Brown. Stevens keeps going, now goes to half forward. Sanson marks what he does in front of his eyes. Timmy knocked it up and got it. He comes back on the left foot, kicks long into the forward line, looking for Hart. Over the back's Luke Carroll. The ball spills to the front. John Thompson does well, gives a handball to Nick Carroll. He gets it out, but Hunt's in the way. Picks it up, gets a handball across there to Luke Shulg. Shulg picks up on the left foot, goes to Stevens. Stevens running around the boundary on the left foot, centres the football. Punched away from Luke Carroll. Sharking, it's McGlynn. He's crashed down. McKimmie does well. Gets his handball to nobody though. Coming through Manny Edmonds. He gets it off there. Grant kicks it out wide. Cameron Taylor marks at centre wing.
Taylor now on the defensive side of centre gives the hand pass to the running player was Kotzer. He goes through the middle, good play. Mark taken for Albury and comes back to Manny Edmonds. Edmonds kicks it long inside forward 50, looking for Isaac Edmonds, couldn't find him. Ball thumped out, Kerry Barr, welcome back, hand pass off. Missed there for the Panthers, that was Hillary. Now a chance for Albury on the rebound. Taylor, in fact, kicks inside forward 50, it was Haim, and the bouncing ball back towards the line, getting back to see it through for a rush behind for the Tigers. It's 1-1-7 Albury, 1 behind Lavington. 4 minutes gone first quarter on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard.
Yes, it's a steady start at the moment, isn't it? Both sides are very keen to get the ball, but a couple of handballs have just been turnovers. Paul Sanson will restart play. Has a look around, will he go long? Albury seamed up. Sanson now goes long, kicks to the middle of the ground. Couple of Tigers players in the way there. The ball spills to the front, punched away. Kotzer runs onto it. He leaves it for the teammate in Isaac Edmonds. He gave it back and it goes to Brain. He puts it across. It's a Tiger mark, is it? He's called play on. Ball spills there to Kotzer, who throws it on his left boot. Goes in the forward line, but it's picked up in defence by Lavington. And that was Corey Brown who gets it and kicks it out to the centre wing. 2-on-1 here for the Tigers, picked up by England. He goes in the forward half. Taylor's got it, goes one way, goes the other. Pressured by Paul Sanson, kicks into the forward line. Getting back Corey Brown again, clear. Sorry, that was Armand who clears and doubles the other side.
Todd Brown comes out of defensive 50, kicks it long towards centre wing position. Bouncing ball, who's going to win the race? Stevens does. Is he held? Yes, says the umpire. He shrugs the tackle and keeps going, kicks inside 50. Timber didn't take the mark. Thought it was in his hands, and away it goes through for Albury. Reed gave it across to Sheether. Sheether into the centre of the ground. Good play for Nick Carroll. Carroll now goes down towards half forward. McAllister the target. Shrugged off, got about 10 metres there on Brett Sanson. Plays on quickly on the right. Kicks it down towards the square looking for Fowler. Off hands it goes. Who's there to do the roving? Tiger player couldn't get a boot on it, Isaac. And the chance now, the Panthers should clear through Todd Brown.
Very good play, Corey Brown to smother that. Todd Brown's kick's put over the boundary line and will be thrown in about 70 metres around from the Tiger goal. Thank you. Ball spins back into play, Reed in front, but Kelly gets a knockout. It's cleared there by Shield, was it, or Stevens? Kicks it to the centre of the ground, charging through Stevens. So it was Shield back there. He's pulled off the ball. Whiteman picks up and kicks it out wide. The landlord, Isaac Esmond, has it at half-forward flank, goes inboard. Hits a target there very quickly to Cameron Taylor. He quickly gets it on to Nicholas Carroll. He pumps it long. As he does, Armand wrestles there. And the ball's knocked away from Isaac Edmond towards the boundary line. He does well, Isaac, though. Keeps the ball in play and screws it around the body, looking for Fowler. Ball's knocked away and over the boundary line, deep in the pocket. No, it's not. It's still in play. Kept alive by the Tigers there, playing hard footy. Jaden Kotzer gets over it. Tries to get a kick, can't. His kick smothered. Goes to O'Brien. And it's gone about 8.5 metres, and O'Brien's marked it, I would say, on about a 50-degree angle and about 30 metres out he'll kick from. This is be a good start for the Tigers here if they can convert this one.
It would be. They've looked pretty good so far, the Albury Football Club.
Okay, Brett O'Brien moves inside now. He's at 35 metres as he comes in to kick the football. He kicks through the ball. Goal umpire doesn't move very far at all. Step to the middle of this goals to indicate a goal to O'Brien. Regional Contract Plumbing scoreboard. 2 goals, 1 Tigers, 1 goal Lavington. Oak FM is Ovens and Murray football for the roof.
Up in the air, they're underway again. One down by Kelly for the Lavington. Here's a chance now for the Panthers. Picked up Stevens. How good's he been early? Kicks it down towards half-forward position. Now for Lavington, a chance. Hart goes after it. Picked up well, but then got pushed off the ball by Masterson. No free kick. Ball flicked up, and Nick Carroll runs it away for Albury. He goes down around centre wing, and the mark has been paid. Probably a free kick anyway for Brendan Brain for holding without the ball. And Brain takes the free kick right on centre wing for Albury.
Gets it moving, goes quickly inboard. He sees Nick Carroll, doesn't bad kick, but Nick does well, knocks it over to Manny Edmonds. Manny tries to go around one, Rex Hunt. He said, but not quite quick enough for that. Handball's across to Whiteman. He gets it in, but it's only a short kick. And Luke Carroll marks it half back for the Panthers. Moves it on quickly, gets it out wide. He's got there Benny Albers. Harry Albers runs it off half back and kicks to half forward. Finds a target, and Rexy Hunt covering some ground. Johnny Hunt on that wing. Hunt goes one way, goes the other. He tries to back himself. Can't get the kick now. He gets it in long. Over the back it spills. Running onto it in good hands was Graham Hart. Gives it to Sanson. Not noted for his pace, but gives it back to Hart. Hart off the left boot. Throws it through for a goal. Graham Hart opens the goal, kicking for the Panthers. 1-1-7, trailing Albury 2-1. Good handball there. The old fella's got it mixed up between them and got the goal out. He was instructed, but he wouldn't be.
It's hard enough during the day, let alone tell them apart at night.
Yes, you're not
Umpire
right.
puts the ball up in the air. Chance for the ruckman. Neither of them gathered it cleanly. Brain got the hand pass out to Manny Edmonds, who was grabbed without it. Umpire was on the wrong side. Edmonds went back and got it again. Hand pass out to the wing. Kotzer takes it. The kick goes very wide. McAllister put in the hard yards to get after it, but it was too wide for him, and it bounces over the line for a boundary throw-in about 40 metres around from the Albury goal. The Tigers lead by 6 points, 2-1-13 to Lavington at 1-1-7. The winners earlier today, Wangaratta Rovers, Corowa Rutherglen, North Albury and Wangaratta.
Interesting round of footy. Comes in, Kelly pushes Fowler in the back, no free kick, it's knocked on. Running hard there, we see on the ground was Dickens. Corey Brown gets it, kicks it around his body out toward the boundary line, but the Tiger player there has it knocked away and slides over the boundary line and out about 50 metres around from the Tiger goal. They're just on top at the moment, the Tigers, aren't they? Doing all the attacking.
Here's a chance for the Tigers. It goes over the head. Sheether goes back for it. Then he shepherds off for Nick Carroll. Carroll's had plenty of it early, and he chips a little one into the pocket, and it's taken by Brain.
Doesn't Nick Carroll take him on and very rarely get caught?
He's very good, Nick Carroll. And I'm sure Luke would be thinking, it's about time I got a few kicks, because Nick's had about 8 already.
Brendan Brain's been very predominant early. This is coming up, would be his 4th or 5th touch, and could slot one through for the Tigers.
Playing in the ruck tonight in the absence of Adam Kreutzberger too, so a big job for Brendan Brain. As he comes in now, he'll kick from about 49 metres out, puts the ball on the way, and it just doesn't quite have the carry, and it's through for one behind. Lavington 1-1-7, Albury 2-2-14 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. And we played nearly 12 minutes of the first quarter for the Roofing Centre.
Jono. Kicking comes quick to Butler, but it's short. Butler marks about 30 metres out. He waits, he handballs over to Armand. Armand kicks it wide. Comes out and will find Luke Shilg at centre wing for the Panthers. Worked it out with 2 kicks to centre. Shilg, they got a couple short, got Hunt short. He waits for the lead. Hart goes, he still waits. Shilg, spinning the ball. They're told to go now, and he kicks to half forward. He kicks it long. Todd Brown works to the front and takes a good mark. Used his body there, got around and went quickly. Now goes on long, goes forward, looking back there. Oh, both hands up off the Panthers. Hands charging through for the Tigers. Gee, it's better without that double window in front of me. It's easy to see, I can tell you that. Nick Carroll will bring the kick back into play.
Are the lights quite as bright tonight as they were on the AFL game?
I just think the window's dirty. I'm looking through 2 panes of glass.
Personally, I'm looking at it through an open window. I'm not quite sure whether it's quite as clear tonight as it was a few weeks ago. As the mark is taken by Luke Packer from the kick in, he goes wide and finds Whiteman. Brett Whiteman, he had Masterson. He decided to ignore that. He's got another player longer, and that is O'Brien, and he's ignored that. Now he'll get called to hurry up, and he'll be cast to play on shortly. He's ignored plenty of options, and now he ignores Taylor and kicks longer. This time he's tried to find O'Brien. Punched away from him by Kelly, gathered by Taylor. Taylor kicks it into the centre of the ground. Barr charges through. Did he get rid of it? No. A good tackle there for the Tigers. A hand pass came out to Sheether. It was Anglin who made the tackle. Sheether's kick was spot on for McAllister. Gets a banana kick around to the top of the square. How will it go for Luke Carroll? Bounced off his man Manny Edmonds. And it's wrapped up and legged is the decision. A free kick to Lavington in the defensive 50. Goes to Mark Armand.
Luke Carroll kicks it out wide. He finds Luke Shilg out on centre wing. Shilg steadies up, brings it inboard and looks for a lead there, and he's got it on Paul Sanson. Playing further down the ground at the moment, Paul Sanson. He quickly moves it on. Kicks long, kicks to centre half forward. And McGlynn in front, the ball's knocked to the ground, coming through Todd Brown. He knocks it in front of himself, picked up by Rex Hunt. Handball's inboard to McGlynn. McGlynn sets go for home, and it's going to swing just to the left and behind. Contract Plumbing scoreboard sees Lavington on 1-3, trailing Albury 2-2. And quick opening, ball moving up and down the ground, but not a lot of scoring at the moment.
So the ball to be brought back in for the Tigers, and that is Nick Carroll, who is in the defensive goal square. pretty much blending into the sponsor's sign behind him there as Carroll kicks it right out to the pocket. Whiteman had to juggle it but took the mark right on the boundary line. Now he kicks, and his kick to O'Brien is not marked right on the boundary line. It's about 5 metres over, and a free kick to Lavington, and that'll be taken by Luke Carroll. We'll get to Jono shortly. Carroll looks for options. It's a very congested forward line at the moment with an open goal square if he can really bomb up a torp. He decides to kick short to the 50. Looks for McKimmie, couldn't find him. Knocked away. Hunt with pace. Got the hand pass back to Todd Brown. Spears a kick inside 50. Judge best for the Tigers. And running out of there was Whiteman.
He kicks to centre forward. Butler just works McAllister under the football. Gets back, picks it up. He's grabbed, gets hands away, goes to Cade Stevens. He tries to go around one. You're caught, Cade. Yes, you are. And the umpire says it's back on a Tiger kick right in the middle of the football ground. Jason Sheether will hand it over to, yes, Jaden Kotzer. He gives a little dinky handball. Kotzer runs on quickly and pumps it in forward. Kelly's in front here. Oh, it slides off the back of his hands. Little Luke Daly picks up, throws one round the body, won't make the distance. Armand gets back to Hardnut and punches it over the boundary line and out of bounds. About 5 metres around from the Tiger goal.
Got some clever play there, Murph, from Jason Sheether. It was Kotzer's free kick, but Sheether went right behind the mark, gave the little hand pass to Kotzer, who then sprinted away, and the umpire didn't catch on to what was going on there.
Yeah.
Kelly gets a knockout to Lockie Boyd, who's just come on the ground. Boyd's kick only goes 30 metres, picked up by the Tigers and pumped in the forward line. McAllister gets it, gets a handball over quickly to Daly. Throws one
Great
round
goal.
his body and has kicked a goal as Luke Daly. That's their third, the Tigers, 3-2-20. Leading Panthers 1-3-9 at this stage.
Get a suspension goal of the day contender for Luke Daly, Murph.
Yeah, the Panthers look flat to start with, don't they, Ronald? They're not full of running like the Albury side. Albury's intensity is actually would be above Lavington's at the
Yeah,
moment.
it looks to be at the moment.
Indeed, the pair of you, as you did earlier today. 17 minutes gone in the first quarter. Brain and Kelly give it to Kelly. It falls to Luke Carroll, who kicks towards half forward. And Dicketts couldn't quite take the mark under pressure from Shilg. Dicketts keeps himself in the front spot and may have won a free kick. He has.
Yeah, Luke put a saddle on him and tried to ride him, I think.
Good play there by Dicketts. He played it very, very well. Very experienced player, Dicketts, as he kicks out a defensive 50. Down around the outer wing, a big fly from McAllister. Couldn't drag down the mark.
Oh.
Hunt charges away. Did he get a high one?
He
Yes.
did.
And a free kick to the Panthers on the outer wing.
Thank you, David. That's very profound and true as Hunt kicks to half forward and finds Goober McGlynn on a lead. Lee McGlynn about 70 metres from goal. Waits goes on quickly now and kicks to the hot spot, top of the square. Sanson the target. He wrestles,
got
he
it.
takes the one-handed as Timmy.
50.
And a 50. Sanson will kick this goal, I'd like to tip.
That was a dodgy 50 looking at it with the glasses. It was pretty much in one motion.
Yeah, there was no
He did take
there was no need for it, was
He
there?
took a brilliant one-handed mark and he was put to the ground, but it was all in one motion
Brendan,
of taking the
you've been
mark.
watching footy for the last 3 weeks? They're
Yeah,
playing
no.
everything.
It just
That was not a 50-metre penalty.
Brendan,
David Johnston
he
for the
got
Border
50 and he'll
Mail.
it
kick
was
a goal.
unnecessary, Rhodes.
And Sanson pops it
David
through
Johnston
for
for the
goal.
Border Mail.
That takes Albury's 3-2-20 leading
No idea.
2-2.
Oh, Rosie, come on.
That was 50 metres.
Look, Rosie,
Did he blow
Well,
the
the
whistle and
umpire
play?
said it was 50, so it's 50.
Yes,
But
that's
I
right.
didn't think it was
That's all
there.
that matters.
I
You
didn't
can't
think it
throw a
was
bloke
there.
to the
Robbie,
ground.
well, you were right.
I got
Robbie
no-
Fair's got the whistle. He's always right.
I got no hope, Jono, with two Lavington blokes in this box.
Oh, that's harsh.
No, it's unbiased up here, Rosie. You know that.
Number who? Sorry, David?
19, Alistair Whitsett.
Alistair Whitsett. Thank you.
And he's gone straight.
Go the Cats.
We don't have to. Righto, Jono. Umpire puts it up in the air. One down by Whitsett. Good start for him. Chance now for the
Oh.
Tigers coming through. It was a little bit too hot there for the Tiger player. Quick ball now, and there is a high tackle.
That certainly was.
And the free kick is going to Albury to Manny Edmonds,
The
who
landlord's
started pretty
been
well.
well. The
Gives
land-
it. Sorry, he gives a hand pass off. Nick Carroll went to ground, gave it back to Kotzer, back to Manny Edmonds, who fumbles. Then he gets caught. He's still caught. Did he get rid of it? No, he's holding the ball.
The landlord's big brother run himself in a bit of trouble then, Manuel, the car salesman.
He took all sorts of time to get rid of the ball, Edmonds, and he deserved to ping that one.
Lockie Boyd puts it out, a kick in front of Hart, who takes it on his chest and leads on. He runs on quickly and kicks into the forward line. Looking here for Sanson. He gets there, spills off his chest as he went to the ground and have a throw in about 60 metres out from the Tiger goal. They've just listed their intensity marginally, haven't they?
Certainly have.
They needed to, of course, but the ball will come in. Spinning in about 50 metres out over the top. Graham Hart thumps it forward, goes towards Masterson, charging back. Sanson's there, Masterson gets it, but he's falling to the ground as he handballs. Bit of a wrap up in the pack there, and the umpire, Robbie Fair, says, let's be fair, we'll throw this up. Rhodesy knows nothing about 50 metres, I'll umpire the game. Sorry, Brendan, it was there, I had to use it.
That's strike one tonight, Ron.
Oh no, that's
Strike
okay.
one of parochialism tonight.
Throw up
He
Masterson,
comes
gets it,
out, Shilg snaps towards goal. It goes off the outside of the boot. Lux a fortune. And the mark is taken by Paul Sanson, 20 metres out directly in front. And he should go back and make Ron a very happy man indeed.
Oh no, I'm either side. Totally unbiased here, aren't we, Murph?
Absolutely.
Paul Sanson wastes no time and kicks the sausage roll, which Ron wished had have been bought for him instead of the salad roll.
What about that? 2 salad rolls with ham she bought me. I'm
Good
not gonna stop.
work. Lavington in front, 3-3-21. Aubrey 3-2-20. And that's on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. Nearly 22 minutes gone in the first quarter for the Roofing Centre.
But Rosie, don't tell her the salad rolls were very nice, but don't pass it on.
You've already said it 3 times.
I
She'd be
know.
listening.
Oh, well, no, that
You're
wouldn't happen.
gone.
That wouldn't happen.
Oh, good on you. I might eat 7 if they weren't $2.50 here and $2.60 at North Aubrey.
They don't miss you, do they?
No.
It costs 48 cents to make them. Anyway, the Bush Ranger will restart play. Benny Hall throws it up, which said Josh Hilry falls to Manny Edmonds. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The ball spills out. Tigers kick it off the ground and goes to half forward. Got back there's Brett Sanson. He dummies one way, comes back the other. The school teacher kicks to half forward. Graham Hart been a bit active tonight, the old fella. Maybe he's a little bit angry. Lavy play better when he is. He kicks it forward, but again he finds the unfair advantage, Masterson.
And Masterson kicks it out wide where the mark is taken by Anglin. Gives a hand pass back inboard to Whiteman. Brett Whiteman kicks it long out the outer wing looking for Thompson at the front spot. Couldn't take the mark. Boyd leads the race with O'Brien and it's over the line for a boundary throw-in. Lavington 21, Aubrey 20. 23 minutes gone in the first quarter on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. Ball back into play. It favours Lavington slightly, but not a lot in that as the ball is one down. Nick Carroll gets a quick kick, was partially smothered. Whitshead should have grabbed it instead of trying to tap it. He'll learn as the kick comes forward by Hunt. He goes towards centre half forward. Well judged by Cade Stevens. He bought that free kick.
He did it well, didn't he?
He played it absolutely spot on, did Cade Stevens.
Jono, are they rotating the little blokes, Shilg and Stevens through centre half forward? No, I was drinking water, I can't answer you.
It's going to cause trouble, Jono, because they look exactly the same to be playing the same positions. Cade Stevens will kick from 49 metres out. He puts it on its way and it fades. We wait. He's missed. Just off to the right. Lavington 3-4-22. Aubrey 3-2-20 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. 24 minutes first quarter. 2 behinds now to Cade Stevens.
Nicholas Carroll restart play, and you can guarantee the twice he kicked short against Rovers were goals back over his head, so I reckon he'll kick long. No, he doesn't. He kicks short.
Call, Ron. Good
Called
call.
it wrong. Finds Jason Theather short this time. He goes out wide again, and it's marked out there by Daniel Anglin.
I think if there's one thing a Carroll can't be accused of, it's being of going gun shy when a couple of things
No
go wrong.
chance of that. Anglin kicks it in. Luke Packer off the bench into the middle, and he just marks in defence. This time he goes a bit longer, Luke. He charges into the kick and kicks out the centre wing. Out wide and too wide in front of the Albury Sewing Centre sign there, where Butler, Adam, gets it, kicks it in quick to Rex Hunt. Rexy goes one way, comes back the other, gives it to Graham Hart. Had a good quarter. Kicks it long, but it's ordinary, a very ordinary kick, and finds Luke Packer, on his chest at half-back. Packer switches play and brings it out the broadcast side, which helps us.
The running player is Clint Reid. In fact,
No, it's not. It's the unfair advantage.
Unfair advantage. Has an unfair advantage because he had 10 metres on Lee McGlynn, and he kicks it short where the mark is taken by Dickens.
Oh, now that is soft.
That was as soft as the other one, right?
That was exactly the same as very similar to the first one that Tim Sampson
one hit in
had
the head
played
and one
with
was spun to the ground and headbutted.
The different. That was very, very soft. A slight tap. The difference.
I
with
would
Tim
say
Sampson.
neither of them were 50, Murph. Either way, both of them have been paid. Leave it, fellas. Leave it, fellas, or you'll both be fined for parochialism. As Dickens kicks towards half forward. No mark there for the Tigers. Quick kick comes out of defence from Hillary. He goes long. Big fly from Stevens. Couldn't drag it down. Kick off the ground by Stevens. Todd Brown tries to go through. Stevens goes again. Wins the footy. Got a hand pass out just as he was caught. Chance now for the Tigers. Good play. Dickens. He kicks it towards full forward. No mark able to be taken there. Fowler goes in hard. Oh, great play, though, by the number 9 for Lavington, Corey Brown. Great stuff. Got a kick away, and it bounces towards the line, and Daniel England can't keep it in. Corey Brown take a bow. He stood up to Matt Fowler and won the footy.
He won't take a backward step, you can rest assured of that. Whitshead will go against Paul Sanson. Will he? No, Josh Hillary gets over there. Do the ruck work, Hillary. Whitshead in front. Hillary gets a fist and thumps it toward the boundary line, I'd say. Packer's over the top of it, picks up, comes one way back on his left, does well. Luke Packer puts up a high kick, though. High kick, and they call Brett Sanson to take the mark, and he does, running up. Right at centre half back.
Oh, you are
Oh,
kidding
that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
They're
No, in
hot
fairness
on
to
these
in fairness to the umpires, they are paying it the way they're told to pay it. But as Tiggy Touchwood, there was nothing in that. That was a disgrace.
Carroll gave the hand pass off to Paul Sanson, who booted it long towards the top of the square. Hart the target. Ball goes to ground level. It'll be taken away by Aubrey. Quick kick out of defensive 50. Bouncing ball to the advantage of Manny Edmonds, who gathers well. Then dodges, weaves. Boyd wouldn't let him get away. And he's kicked the ball right along the boundary line. Bounces once and goes over in front of Brett O'Brien for a boundary throw-in. Good play, Lockie Boyd, to keep the pressure on Manny Edmonds then.
He did. Keep going, Brendan. I can't see that pocket.
Will go well. Ball to come back into play. The ruckman will be Fowler and Dickens. One down by Fowler. Hunt goes off the ground, back towards the line with pace. He gets there, keeps it back in. There's some soccer skills. Mick Richards probably taught him that. And the ball comes back in. Kotzer gave it back to Nick Carroll. His kick misses the target. Paul Sanson kicks it long towards half forward, looking for Timber. He couldn't quite take the mark. Tim Sanson was over his head. Masterson judges it well and got the hand pass out. Pressure on Whiteman. His kick goes backwards. He's looking for the boundary line. Will it get there? Stevens is after it. Reid is after it. Stevens wins. Tries to tap it away. Clint Reid did a very good job with 2 to beat and got it over for a boundary throw-in.
Did well under pressure then, Reid, didn't he?
He did, and it's really tight in the clinches. 3-4 to 3-2. Lavington lead. Death shadows of the first quarter.
How long have we been going?
28 minutes gone.
28 minutes of ball. Tim Sanson do the Ruckworth with Alistair Whitshead. Sanson thumps it forward, but in the way is the unfair advantage, Masterson. He kicks round his body towards the boundary line, charging through Josh Hillary. He gets the football across the boundary line and creates another throw-in, and he did attack the football with gusto then, did young Joshua. Umpire in front of the Albury Sewing Centre sign will throw it back in. Sanson again against Whitshead. O'Brien reads it well and goes to the other side of the pack. He's going to get the throw in though. Whitshead in front, knocks it forward. Picked up there and the ball finishes with Luke Packer. He goes one way and dummies back the other and kicks around on his right foot. Goes to half forward where Lockie Boyd contested across the boundary line. Over and out. Boyd tagging the landlord's big brother Manny Edmonds, I'd suggest.
And doing a good job so far, despite the fact that Manny's getting some football. Boyd is wearing him like a glove. Ball to come back into play, slightly forward of centre wing for the Albury Tigers, who are kicking to the Urana Road end in the first quarter. Big thump forward by Fowler. Great thump forward by Fowler. It released Edmonds. Manny kicks it towards the top of the square. McAllister, can he take the mark? No. Ball to ground level. Was he held, McAllister? No. Play on's the call. Good desperation there by all players concerned, and a ball up will be the result. That was excellent play by Fowler, and Manny Edmonds almost found the target with McAllister, who just couldn't hang on.
That resembled a very good set play over on that boundary line, didn't it?
It was beautifully done, and it's quarter time at the Lavington Panthers Oval. Saturday night footy for the one and only time in 2005, and it's the Lavington Panthers who lead it at quarter time. They are 3 goals for 22. Albury is 3 goals to 20, and that's on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. A 30, Paul Sanson and Graham Hart. For Albury, Luke Daly, Brett O'Brien, and Daniel McCann. Second quarter is underway as Matt Fowler's gone into the ruck. He won the tap down, taken out by Grant, gave the hand pass to Kotzer. Kotzer goes long towards half forward, and the mark is taken by Brain. Good footy by Albury, straight out of the middle. And that was when the Tigers turned it on against the Rovers a couple of weeks ago when Fowler went into the ruck. And from all reports, how they did it last week against Yarrawonga as well. So Brendan Brain will line up from 45 metres out from goal and has a chance to put the Tigers in front. And I'll start the clock now, so he could be kicking the goal within the first 10 seconds of this quarter. Comes in now, Brain. Kicks long towards the goals. It's going to be close. Howlett ball. Mark on the line.
Good mark.
Mark on the line to the Tigers. And it has been taken there.
What's he paid?
It isn't. I'm sure he's paid the mark.
No, he's not.
He's not paid the mark.
Throwing the
He's going to
ball up.
call it up. It was McAllister who took a clean mark. No question about that.
Touched off the boot.
Fair enough, Jono. Good pickup. Ball kicked out of defence by Kelly. Long one. Big fly Anglin. Ended up spoiling Brain. Lavington with the numbers on the ground. McKinney, or Barr in fact, he gave it back towards Hunt. Kick to centre wing. Gathered by McKinney this time. Gave it to Luke Carroll. Hunt runs again. He draws the man and hand passes over the top. McKinney has it. Kicks inside 50, looking for Tim Sanson. Good play getting across there by Masterson. And the ball will go over the line for a boundary throw-in. That was promising from the Panthers until Masterson got in the road.
Free kick. Panthers.
Free kick to Lavington.
Yep.
And that's behind the glass for me, Ron.
I can't see it either.
And the free kick, Jono, is going to... interesting call, but I can't comment on that one, as I said, because of the view from where I am. McGlynn's lining up from 45 metres out. I can't even see him. He comes on McGlynn, kicks from about 45 metres out, puts it long on the boot, and it just goes across the face. And through for one behind to the Panthers, his second. And Lavington goes to 3-5-23. Albury 3-2-20 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. 2 minutes gone, second quarter.
Nick Carroll, designated kicker for Albury, brings it back in. The kick's long, marked by Fowler, turns around, wastes no time, goes on the left out to forward of centre wing. Gets across it in the middle of the ground now. Good tackle there on number 32 is Sheether. And there by, looks like...
Luke Shield.
Is it Shield?
Yeah.
Shield or Stephen
Shield.
Shield's got the free kick. Good tackle. Chips out wide now and finds teammate in Luke Carroll. Luke Carroll swings around on his right and puts it towards the half forward flank.
You turn the ball over.
Chopped off by Matty Flower now on the back flank. Matty Flower with it out wide.
In the ruck at the moment, Fowler. I'd say Brain's gone forward.
Fowler goes back, kicks down the wing. Good mark taken there by
McAllister.
McAllister swings around on his right, puts it inside forward 50 for Albury now. Contest down there. Dickett's got support by Armo. Comes back down. Albury's got a chance here. Legs was the player there, not taken. Out goes Rex Hunt, chips out, kicks out wide on his right boot. Got Todd Brown in a bit of space, but the ball should beat him over the boundary line. No, gets a quick handball to Shield. Shield taps it back. Todd Brown can't quite gather it now. Comes back in board. They're away. Matty Edmonds got a handball in there. Ends up with Kotzer inside 50 for Albury. He handballs to his teammate. Bit of funneling there. A couple of players around the footy at the moment. Ball comes outside of 50. Barry's wrapped him up. The umpire's paid. Free kick to Kerry Barr.
Three important goes by Jason Sheether in that bit of play. Tapped it back in, had another crack, got a kick, and he's having 100% go.
Barr kicks around the wing, and the ball has not been marked there by Luke Haim, and it's over the line for a boundary throw-in. Right on centre wing, outer side of the Panthers oval. Ball comes back into play. Kelly and Fowler, one down at the front by Fowler. Who to? Kick forward by Hunt was smothered. Still goes into the scrimmage, and a ball up is the obvious result. And that's what we have. Lavington leading by 3 points, 3 goals 5 to 3 goals 2. Early stages of the second quarter of a tight match, Saturday night football at the Panthers. One down by Kelly, came to Fowler though, he lost it. Gathered there by Whiteman, tries to get around. It was a free kick to Grant, who plays on back to Whiteman. Whiteman kicks down towards half forward, looking for McAllister, had 3 to beat. Did he give a push? Yes. And the free kick will go to Lavington, and it'll be taken there by Luke Schill.
Mark Armand.
Armand, there's another one who needs a haircut. Armand kicks it out wide.
Finds Kerry Barr across there, but Barry goes back now. Bit of time. Sums up his options to the left as a chip short and finds Mark Armand. Armand with the mark. Handballs back to Barry, won't be allowed.
Did they over-umpire this game or not?
Probably not in the spirit of it, that's for sure. Ronnie Armand now will spin the ball forward for Lavington. Kicks the ball forward. Hart out-muscled his opponent, couldn't take the mark. Ball spills wide towards the boundary line. Pack of players go towards. No one can have the clean possession. It comes out wide now and will be cleared through with the agency of Masterson, it looked like, and he dribbles the ball over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw-in.
Grant's had a couple of important touches in the last passages of play, just in and under in little feeds, and he's going all right in the middle.
The umpire will throw the ball back in. Saturday night football on Oak FM.
Fowler and Kelly to go at it. Ball comes back into play now. Fowler with body. Give it to Kelly though. One down now comes to Masterson. Gives a hand pass back. That is Grant, who's been good earlier this quarter. Gives it off to Edmonds, who kicks it down towards half forward position. Good use of the body and play by Armand. Couldn't take the mark. Here's a chance for Panthers. Armand has it. Butler was the previous player. Thanks, Ron. Armand fires it towards the line and gets it over for a boundary throw-in. So we'll throw in the result in front of the Albury Sewing Centre sign. Outer wing. Why don't they bring it onto the broadcast side? They never seem to do that here at Lavington. Ball back into play. Kelly again. Give it to him. Second tap to Chris Kelly. Over the back, kick forward by Todd Brown. Goes down towards forward 50. Tapped over the back. Bouncing ball. Who gets there first? Stevens is in there. McKimmie there too. And also Hunt, who gets the hand pass back. Tapped away there by Thompson. Lavington still with the ball in there, forward region. Tapped out now. Manny Edmonds does well. Gets a kick away. Down towards half forward position. Fly from the back. And Lavington will return it through Adam Butler.
Gets it across the Kerry Barr now. Kerry Barr swings on the trusted left boot. He's got a bit of space because he's found Rex Hunt. Hunt now turns inboard, goes inside to far forward, looking for Paul Sanson. Can't take the mark. Aubrey will clear off the half back line through Carroll. He handballs off. And a quick kick comes forward there through Kotzer, but it's to no one. Kelly chops it off for Lavington, gives it back to Barr, starting to get some touches in the third term. Was run down, got it off quickly, ends up with Stevens right in front of us on centre wing. Goes on the left boot, finds John Hunt. He's found plenty of the footy in the first half. Doesn't waste much time, pumps it inside 50 on the right. There's a contest, can't find a teammate, punched away there by Reed. Towards the boundary line, kept in play by Todd Brown. Swings onto his left boot, inside. McGlynn can't take the mark. Good spoil. Carroll to the deck. Kicked off the ground by Sanson. Paul Sanson for a one behind. Takes the Panthers to 3-6-24. Lead Albury 3-2-20. And we have played just 7.5 minutes into the second term here. Saturday night football on Oak FM.
Nick Carroll to bring the ball back in for the Tigers. He goes short and dangerous. Anglin takes the mark. 40 metres out from his defensive goal. Kicks to the broadcast wing. Chance now for Reed. Paul Sanson did it well. Manny Edmonds under pressure from Paul Sanson. Gathered there by Hunt. Tapped it forward now for Lavington. Picked up now for the Tigers. They're under pressure. Manny Edmonds has it, or was it Sheether? It was. He kicks towards centre wing position. Here's Armand. Did well to Stevens. Stevens spears it in play. Luke Carroll juggles the mark. Then puts the switch into action. Corey Brown's under all sorts of pressure there. Never had a chance of beating McAllister on that occasion. And Daniel McAllister bombs it up towards centre half forward, looking for Fowler. Too big. Dropped the mark. And got a high one, said umpire Rob Fair. And the free kick is going to Matt Fowler, 48 metres out from goal.
Good gutsy work by Brett O'Brien to get that ball in quickly then.
So, chance is here now.
Will he kick it, Rob?
He'll kick it, but whether he gets a goal, he's just on Matty's distance.
Fowler from 52 metres out. The pack congregates in the square. Ball punched down. Running away, Dicketts leads the race, having a run up forward. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw in. And your man Hillary's changed his number again, Ron.
Yes, the other one obviously never fitted because it was going to be 28, but anyway.
He's wearing number 20, Josh Hillary, for those listening here at the ground. The tap goes over towards the goal face. Kicked off the ground, might be a goal to Albury. And it is. The player celebrating and claiming the goal is McAllister.
That was McAllister.
I thought the goal was kicked by the bloke that ended up lying on the ground.
It did, but then it came off McAllister.
But McAllister's certainly the one claiming it, so we'll give it to Daniel McAllister, his second, and Albury are in front. They're 4 goals to 26. Lavington 3-6-24.
The importance of Fowler in the contest and getting the knockouts and getting it moving forward cannot be underestimated here. Yep. It's that sort of night, isn't it?
Back in the centre, rucks go at it. Neither got a decisive tap out. Pack of players form. Albury look to shuffle it forward now. They'll go forward through Carroll. Nick Carroll pumps them inside forward 50. Brett Sanson, McAllister, they both collide and the ball goes through and beats them through for one behind. The Panthers move on to 3-7-25. Trail Albury now 4-2-26.
Behind to Albury, in fact, Murph.
Ball to Albury.
As Butler brings the ball back into play. To the advantage there was at Albers, who kicked it long around the flank, and the mark was taken by Clint Dickens.
Well.
His awkward kicking style brings it inboard, and it's taken by Luke Carroll, who thumps a booming kick around the outer wing. Goes through the hands of Masterson. Hart and Thompson back there with the footy. They dive on the footy. Someone got dived in
Jeremy,
the back. Ron had the glasses on it.
Free kick to Masterson.
Was it there?
It was touch and go, but it was probably there.
Jeremy Masterson kicks it short and the mark is taken by McAllister. Wanted to move it quickly, decided to hold, and then kicked across the face of goal for the mark to be taken by Reed. Reed goes short and it's taken there by Haim. Luke Haim has some space to work in. He kicks long towards half forward, the target at the back. Fowler!
Good mark, Fowler.
Beautifully judged grab by Matty Fowler. And he's got it right on 50.
No, he hasn't. Thought he pinged him 50 there.
There's no 50 there as Fowler kicks short. Goes over the head there of Daly. Chance now for Brett Sanson, who gave it back to the Panthers player Butler to Brown. Brown kicks it outside, and the mark is taken by Hillary.
Hillary right in front of us. I'm too excited giving that point before to the Panthers. Hillary now right in front of us, kicks the along to centre wing. Pack of players form. And Carroll thumps the ball just in front of Liam McGlynn. We've got a boundary thrown right in front of the Panthers bench there. It was 3-6-24 to Albury 4-3-27.
Jono.
We've gone
Bar for Boyd, sorry.
We've gone just over 12 minutes into this second quarter. Ball goes in, thumb forward for Albury now. Picked up by Taylor. Swings this way and that. Quickly pursued by Shield. Ends up with Luke Carroll. Gets a handball towards Stephen. Tries to turn, didn't take it with him. He'll get a free kick back. Free kick to Stevens in his back there was Taylor just falling on top.
McKimmie, get out of it. You've got the football. That would be ridiculous.
Stevens gives it to Rex Hunt. White boots goes towards half forward line looking for Todd Brown. He flies, can't take the mark. Ball spills to ground. Gathered there, look like possibly Reed. Comes out wide, can't take the mark. Matty Edmonds ends up with Benny Albers, is it?
Yep.
Turns around in his left boot, goes towards half forward. Coming out taking a good mark was his buddy Luke Shield. Shield turns around, handballs quickly off to Todd Brown. Puts it inside forward 50, but there's no one home for the Panthers. And getting back for Albury and taking a safe mark back there, Rhodesy. Can't quite see around there.
Whiteman he does, and he goes short and finds Kotzer. Jaden Kotzer, now he goes back across into the goal square and back to that player there who was McAllister. He goes short and taken by Nick Carroll. Gives a hand pass quickly to the running defender. Kicked out of there, and Manny Edmonds does well. Takes a good mark, wants to move it quickly on the left. Luke Daly's got some space. If the ball will sit for him, it won't. It just runs away, runs away. Now he's got a couple of Panthers to beat. He's always going to battle to do that.
Out of bounds.
It's out of bounds for a throw in.
I think the crowd thought he was paid a free kick, but no.
So ball back into play. Deep forward for the Albury Tigers. Over the top, a big thump from Kelly. Missed the footy. And now Lavington will try for the agency of the boundary line and find it.
Tell you what, it's fierce in the clinches in here, and Albury are just setting up a little bit better when they're running the football and finishing their work. where Levy have turned it over 2 or 3 times, particularly Luke Carroll.
Boundary throwing about 20 around from Albury's goal. They've got a chance here. Snap, quick snap through the end. Matty Edmonds towards goal. And just goes to the left side of the goal post for one behind. Takes Albury on the 4-4, 28. Lavington 3-6-24. We've played just a tick over 14 minutes for the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. Ball to come back into play, and it has been chipped back into play there. Looked like Butler kicked it back in. It's found Corey Brown in the back pocket. Corey Brown now chips out to half back out wide on the right, looking for Kelly. Won't take the mark. There'll be a free kick here. It's going against, can't pick up which Lavington player that was against Ron. Anyway, goes inside for Albury, spills at the back. Handball comes up by Heim. There's another whistle.
Free kick holding the man, and it's going to Albury, I think.
There's been a fair
to Albury, why wasn't it an advantage? Didn't they have the ball running towards goal?
Not too sure, but there's been a lot of free kicks early. The umpires seem to be stamping some sort of authority on the game, Ronald.
Oh, well, yeah. It's, let them play, I think, is the
And I think
I'm not blaming the umpires, it's just the way that they're coaching, or not necessarily coaching, the way the rules read this year, and even the AFL, we see the same situation.
Masterson, it looks like, the line up a goal. He'll go back, he'll be kicking around.
Cameron Taylor.
Just Cameron Taylor just inside the 50, puts the ball, won't be a score, pack flies. Couple of Lavington numbers, they will clear it now. Coming off the half back line, looks like Corey Brown. Butler kicks on the right boot down towards centre wing. Shield Hart gets there first, won't take the mark. Was met front on by Nick Carroll. Umpire seen it that way. Here's a free kick. Hart to receive the
good
free kick.
Good shepherd back there by Lockie Boyd too. Put his body on to clear up for Butler.
Just forward on centre wing. John.
Graham Hart kicks it down towards half forward. Who's there? Timbers a chance. Couldn't quite Sanson. Play on's the call. Now a big tackle on ground level. Umpire says give it to me, and I'll toss it in the air. 35 metres out from the Lavington goal. Right in the hot spot, directly in front. Lavington looking for a goal to regain the lead. Umpire puts it up. Reed into the ruck with Tim Sanson. Reed won it down. Sharked beautifully there by Paul Sanson. But his kick is wide, and it is out of bounds on the full. About 20 metres around from the point post. So Nick Carroll will go back and take the free kick. In fact, 2 Albury players want it, and it's going to go to the other one. And that looked like it might have been Whiteman. He gave it to Kotzer, who kicks it across and out wide to Reed. Reed goes long, out towards outer centre wing, and Corey Brown at the back will gather. Should bring it back into play if he can break the tackle. He does. Spears it inside 50. Nice pass. Tim Sanson's had to do a lot of diving for marks tonight, and he's taken that one about 55 metres out from goal in the scoreboard pocket here at the Panthers Oval. Too far out to score from there, in for Timber. Puts it up to the top of the square. Who's there? Almost the mark there to Shaw. Couldn't quite drag it down. Goes back and gathers it. He gave it back to Boyd. Kicked into the pocket. Loose man on. McGlynn. And Lee McGlynn takes the mark. 25 metres out on a tight angle. And he'll go back and line up to put the Panthers back in front past the midway point of the second term. Thank you, Jono, for the border mail there. And Lee McGlynn will take his kick 30 metres out on probably a 50 to 60 degree angle, so it's not an easy kick from there, but it's on the good side for a right footer. Lee McGlynn takes all the time in the world over it, as is his want, and he comes in now, puts the ball on the boot, it's on its way, and it is across the face of goal. That's his third behind Lee McGlynn. And the Panthers go to 3-7-25, Albury 4-4-28 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. 18 minutes, second quarter. Wasted opportunities will hurt the Panthers if they're not careful, Ron.
Yes, they certainly had some opportunities to get a goal and get a little break here, but they're trailing by 4 points, which is a good thing.
Carroll brings the ball back in long for Albury, looking for a teammate. Boxhead Sanson gets there first. Ball comes out wide. It ends up with Kotzer if he gets his hands on it. He does now. Swings back around and handballs. Looks like Brain, is it? He's been prominent in the first half. Kicks on the right boot, looking for McAllister. Numbers with the Panthers. Armin ends up with it, front and centre. Kicks towards Stevens. Had to mark, does. Dishes off to Carroll right. Smack bang in the middle of the Panthers Oval. Puts it inside 50, and Tim Sanson puts up the big mitts and takes the mark on around about, I reckon he's about 48 out, 50 out.
Yeah,
beyond
just on the
50.
The
48.
line marking not very clear here at the
Cannot see
Panthers
it.
Oval tonight,
I
is it?
would say
he's
that
inside
John-
50.
It is very hard to see down there. In fact, you can't
I
see
think the
line
man on the
off.
mark is about 45 metres out, so he'll kick from about 49.
So distance shouldn't be too much of a problem here for Tim.
No, missed all pre-season, Jono. He didn't play a practice match. It will take a few weeks to run into form, but we know what a class act he is, don't we?
Tim Sanson strolls in, quite a deliberate approach to regain the lead for the Panthers now. Kick goes on its way. It's a good looking
what a
kick, good looking kick. The Panthers like it, the goal umpire likes it. They've got their fourth. They go to 4-7-31. The lead Albury 4-4-28.
Sanson's second goal, and he's been a
Sanson's
target
second
up
goal.
forward.
Oak FM is Ovensbury football.
Huda. He's elephant's trunk.
20 minutes, second quarter. The Panthers are back in front by 3 points. I don't know what Ron's laughing about, but then again, I rarely do. As the ball goes in the centre, we'll ask him in a minute. I'm sure he'll tell us.
There's an all. Go on. Keep
Kick
going.
goes inside forward 50. Corey Brown swings away and kicks outside that defensive zone looking for Todd Brown. He's got space in front of Dicketts. Ron's still uncontrollable as Brown gets it off. Boyd now back to Schill, who gave it to him, or Stevens it is that time. Stevens kicks inside 50. Tim Sanson almost one-handed. Plays the call. Could have got a free. Schill's in there as well. Tackle. Umpire lets it go.
Oh, here we
Bates
go.
is there as well. Still a bit of how do you do. They're forcing it forward ever so slightly, Lavington. That stopped because Thompson got a kick out of the ring. McAllister back in defence. Taps it back to advantage. Give it off to Thompson running through. Jono Thompson kicks towards centre wing. McAllister takes the mark well for Albury.
McAllister will put Albury inside forward 50. He does so now, looking for Fowler. Fowler puts the mitts up. Good spoils by Dicketts. Picked up there by Daly. Got a quick kick. Didn't go anyone in particular. Ball's on the turf now. Panthers a chance to clear. They can just knock it out. They got the runners in John Hunt and Lockie Boyd.
What I was laughing at, there's a former Albury Premiership player just walked around here waving to us. I won't name him, but he's as full as the last bus leaving the racecourse yesterday. In fact, I think he might have been on it and not been to bed since.
He's going well. We'll get a name off you soon, Ron.
Ball comes out.
Yeah, and if you're in for a hooter of a time, he could be your man.
Butler quick kick anyway. It ends up on the half. Paul Sanson's got it for the Panthers. Gives to Luke. Luke fumbles. Rex Hunt comes through now. Gathers. Hunt. Good shepherd by Carroll. Hunt chips in short. Will find Hart. Will go back to swing around on his right boot. Put it towards Tim Sanson in front. Can't take the mark at ground level for
Whiteman.
Albury Whiteman. Chips out wide. They've got a bit of space. He's found a teammate in Dicketts. Dicketts marks. Holds up play for a moment. Didn't elect to turn and play on. There's nothing much going on ahead at the moment. Couple of players towards. Here comes your mate again, Ronald.
So Dickens kicks long towards half forward and almost the mark, not quite to ground level. Fowler tried to come through. Armand lost his head and then has to give a hand pass away. Play on was the call. Ball goes out wide for Stevens. Cade Stevens is there on the outer wing. He goes long towards half forward position. And is that a mark for Tim Sanson? It is.
No, it's a free kick.
He had his
It's got to
three
be a
goes.
free kick.
It's a mark's being paid to Tim Sanson for 3 grabs. That's fair enough.
The unfair advantage runs straight into him, running, not looking at the ball.
Timber from 60 sets sail for home, and Nick Carroll gets back. And
I feel, one behind you.
I thought it was a clean mark,
No,
but it
it
must have
hit
been
the ground.
taken across the line.
No, it hit the ground.
It hit the ground, and we're behind the result to Tim Sanson. Lavington 4-8-32, Albury 4-4-28. 23 minutes gone in the second quarter on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard.
I'll let you go, Rosie.
Jono Thompson's kick was beautifully smothered there. That was by Banks, who got unloaded, taken there by Hunt, kicks inside 50, and McGlynn's got it again. He's getting plenty of the footy, but he hasn't taken his opportunities yet. He's got his third shot from about this position, Lee McGlynn. He'll kick from 45 metres out, maybe, in fact, 50 by the time he kicks it. So
Now, if they're clever, they've just done an interchange here, and they've got Kelly running into centre forward. Have a look. Yeah.
So Lee McGlynn, he could have, what Ron I think was getting at was kick it to Kelly
Yeah,
if he had have come forward, but Kelly didn't want it, and McGlynn has used his hardest kick and kicked a blinder of a goal.
Well, we pass it off when you kick it.
An Albury Centre goal of the day contender for Lee McGlynn. He's got 1 goal 3, and the Panthers go to 5-8-38. Albury 4-4-28 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard, and we've played 24 minutes in the second quarter for the Roofing Centre. Oak FM, O&M football.
Hooter, you idiot.
Montgomery.
How are you, Hooter? What are you doing? How was the Gold Cup, son?
Good.
You been home since?
Remember, I always used to win everything.
Panthers
when you were
beginning to get
good.
on top here. Saturday Night Football on Oak FM. We hope you're enjoying it wherever you are. Albury chance to clear now. They trail by 10 points. They'll go inside 50 through England. He thumps them inside 50 looking for a teammate. No one. Fowler wasn't there to take the mark. Albers clears for the Panthers out wide. Todd Brown be first there. If the boundary line doesn't beat him, it doesn't. Handballs on the right hand. Finds in there. Josh Hillary. Goes across at Stevens, is it? Or
Yep,
Shield? No,
Stevens.
Stevo. Goes towards Sanson. Spoils the ground. They've got the numbers there, but
Missed it.
oh, gee, they've lost an opportunity there. Aubrey gathers through.
John O'Thompson.
Thompson picks up. Goes a couple of players out there. Chance Masterson looks like for Aubrey following it towards the boundary line. Shield chases for Aubrey, won't get it. Ends up with Kotzer. He's got about 20 metres space, but Shield's closing. He thumps him inside 50, looking for Fowler. Won't take the mark, taps it on, and it'll go over the boundary line. There's a siren and the second term from the Lavington Panthers. Lavington lead 5-8-38 to Albury 4-4-28. Rhodes, I'll give you, what are the road goal kickers there, mate?
A fantastic half of football indeed, and Lavington just edging clear with a couple of late goals. 5-8-38 to Albury 4-4-28 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. Goal scorers with thanks to Petter's suspension and to Fiona Kane. Welcome to Oak FM. A bit nervous, but we'll help you through. Fiona, welcome.
Thank you.
The Panthers played a little bit earlier on in the match today, so it's been over for quite a while. How'd you go?
All round we've done very well. In C grade we had a win, B grade we lost, and A grade we won by about 5 goals. We did it really hard, but we stuck together, and as a team we fought and played man-on-man defence and encouraged each other, good intensity, and it was just really good.
So what was the final score there for the A grade?
I think it was 36-31. I'm not sure. Sorry.
So a lower scoring game today. Jodie would have been very happy to get the win on the board.
Yeah, she was very happy. We were all very happy.
Who were some of the better players for Lavington?
Look, all around I think it was a team effort. I'd have to say Millie, our centre court player, played a terrific game. She really stuck in there and really gave it all her best. But that's all. Like, we just stuck together and had a lot of confidence within each other.
And for Albury, any standouts there?
Yeah, their defence is pretty good. But I don't really pay attention to the other team, sorry.
Well, don't worry. That's the way to go. If you're concentrating on your own game.
Yeah, that's right.
If you've got the ball, they don't have it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Everyone came through all right. No injuries or anything.
Yeah, everyone's pretty good at the moment. I think we're just all pumped that we had a win, our first win for the season. So we're just looking forward to next week.
And who do you play next week?
We've got Wodonga next week.
Oh, so a nice challenge there against the Bulldogs.
Yes,
the
that's right.
pace setters of the competition.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thanks very much, Fiona, for joining us. It's great to hear about the netball. Played at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so I will say thank you, and I think you got a cheerio or two, have you?
Yeah, look, I'd just like to thank Whiskers for sponsoring us, and hopefully we can make the rest of the season pretty worthwhile for you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Fiona Kane there. Lavington winners over Albury in the netball earlier today, 36-31. Now, Dave, we'll head back to you for the country footy wrap on the Roofing Centre, Oak FM, O&M football.
Does it sound like
No, that's all right. It's all right, did well.
I don't look at the other team, that's what you say.
No,
Like,
that's fine.
concentrate on our own team.
Yeah.
We just had to get up there, and I'm just a bit pissed at the moment. So.
No, that's all right.
And no one else would do it. I'm captain, but...
Well, Jodie warned me that you had a function on, so
Well, Jodie doesn't like doing things like this. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then when I went to,
into it.
well, I went to Tottenham captain, and they said, "Girl, Fiona, you're gonna have to go and do it." And I went, "Oh." I was nervous.
No, that's all
You
right.
sure it didn't sound like a kid?
No.
Fair side together here. So I'm looking forward to the second half. I think it'll be a great half of footy.
And here's something for you. Just get your ears around this. Thanks to some great sponsors that helped us time wrong. The third quarter is underway with Ron Montgomery.
Oh, okay. Away we go. Kelly over the top. It falls to Grant. Grant does well. Kicks it into the forward line. Long. Spills to the back. They run onto it, the Tigers. He's got it. Has Packer. He's run too far. No, he hasn't. He runs and he kicks. He has run too far, yes. Thought he might have when he went round the next one without touching the ground, Luke Packer. A little bit stiff would have been just a handy little start for the Tigers, but anyway, ball's back in the Lavy defence, and Graham Hart's got it, is it? No, Benny Alba's told to kick it on, and he does. He gets it deep into the pocket. It's dropped there by the Lavington player, who was Kerry Barr. He handballs over the top. Luke Darley and Barr attack the football, goes out of bounds about 35, 40 metres around from the Albury goal. Would have been just the start the Tigers needed, but it wasn't to be, Brendan.
No, exactly right, Ron.
Or, yes, Murph, go.
Murph, go
I
for
can't
it.
see a thing.
okay.
Can't
Oh, sorry.
With you. There we
Very
go.
hard
Right.
in that pocket, isn't
We'll
it?
have a ball
It is
up. Corey Brown was tackled there, Murph.
Very
and a
tough
ball up for a
pocket.
result. 35 out from the Albury goal.
Jono. Albury went forward from the ball up there out towards the forward 50 for them. Jason Cedar took it forward, but he was tackled. Umpire throws it up now. We're about 35 out from their goal. Players go at it. We'll have another ball up, but
Certainly will.
the umpire's blowing his whistle. Just repeating the scoreboard. No change since halftime. It's 5-8-38. The Panthers leading Albury 4-4-28. Ball goes up, knocked down by Matty Fowler, but he knocked it straight to the advantage of Lavington Shield. Runs out wide on the just defensive side of centre wing. Can't find his teammate out there in Sanson. Does well to tap it back out for Hart. He'll get a quick handball up. He does. Todd Brown got rid of it. Spent it before he had it. Had to. He was going to get tackled. Albury gets the footy now through the agency at England. He stops, he props, goes back in board, fumble. Graham Hart picks it up and gives it to Todd Brown. Swings on his left boot out wide. Going back with a flight of the footy for Albury was Masterson. Ends up with Nick Carroll now. He's been good for the match. Kips in. Can't find a teammate. Instead finds Shilk. Ends up with Luke Carroll to Boyd. Lockie Boyd in the centre will chip up and he'll find Kate Stevens. Stevens marks at about 40 metres out for the Panthers and can go back and increase their lead to just a tick under 3 goals.
A good kick from Howard on a night like this, the ball getting a bit heavier.
He had a crack early. He made the distance all right from probably about 5 metres further than back than this a little early. I don't think distance be a problem for Steve-O. He approaches now. Beautiful skills. Walks in. Kicks on its way. It's close. The Panthers like it. The goal line. The Panthers have got their 6th. They go to 6-8-44 to Albury 4-4-28. Oak FM is Ovens and Murray football.
It certainly is, and we're back in the centre. Robbie Fairwood.
And
away
the
we go.
umpire starts again, Ron.
Kelly goes up, can't quite get it. He gets back for a secondary knock, knocks it to Boyd. Boyd throws it on his left boot and pumps it to the forward line. Ball comes to half forward, getting back. There's Whiteman. Nick Carroll does well, gets back, gets a handball backwards to Reed. Was it who kicks it out wide? Looks for Grant. Goes past Grant. Corey Brown's in the way. Kelly gets through. Brown tries to get it out to him. He does well, Brown. He's wrapped up the boy there. His brother's there to help him. Todd, he gets it. Handballs out through Luke Carroll's legs. Picked up by Jason Sheether, who gives it across to Dicketts. Dicketts on the left foot. He pops it over the head of Luke Packer. Packer has a chance again. Runs onto it, gets it, just kicked it across the face of goal, looking for Fowler. The ball's brought to the ground and picked up there by Luke Daly.
He's got
And
it.
they like it, the Tigers. That's the one they wanted to get a quick one back. A goal to Luke Daly. That's his 2nd for the night. Back to 10 points.
And that's why Luke Daly is such a dangerous player in the Albury forward line. Sharking the pack, taking a terrific piece of work, and if he can get some of those marks to stick, he'll do some real damage
Could be a
tonight.
match winner as Timber's been good for Lavington. Ball goes up in the middle. Shield was dispossessed. Players put their bodies in now. Comes forward through Kelly. Well, he puts it back actually to Corey Brown. Thumps out wide. They can only Aubrey kicks inside 50. Won't be marked, will it? No, ball's on the ground. Picked up by, looks like Benny Albers. He came out to lock the ball on his left boot. Finds Graham Hart on centre wing. In close check, it was number 24, Thompson. Hart picks himself up, swings around on the right boot. Kicks towards half forward. Lukey Carroll comes out. Can't take the mark. Nick Carroll for Aubrey. Ends up with Rex Hunt. Lukey Carroll goes on his left boot inside 50. Here's a chance gathered by little Jay Banks. Banks runs in and has missed what he really should have lapped up.
Little forward.
Banksy kicked that 11 out of 12 times. I won't say 9 out of 10. We'll do it different, Ronnie.
Yes.
But they go to 6-9-45 to 5-4-34, leading Aubrey by 11 points.
Same story, Murph. Daly kicks a tough one at one end. Banks misses an easy one at the other. And 15 scoring shots to 9. They should be further in front by 11 points. It could hurt them by the end of the night, Lavington.
Nicholas Carroll restarts playing, kicks long. Rex Hunt works in the contest, spills to the back. Hames there, but so too is Manny. The landlord's big brother gets it. Pumps it forward. Fowler's the target. On a lead, but there's a free kick against Matthew Fowler, was it?
No.
And that's 50. It's Butler's free kick.
Yeah. I think it's just interfered with, bro.
Yeah, he was interfered with. I don't know whether it was Fowler. That's all. Might have been.
No, it wasn't Fowler. It wasn't Fowler.
He was the target. Was he leading?
Yeah,
but anyway,
I think it was.
Butler's free kick at halfback anyway for the Panthers, and he will kick long. Brings it to the just past the centre. Stevens there, and the landlord Isaac brought to the ground. Boyd gets it. Handballs across to Luke Carroll. Luke Carroll pumps it long. Goes to centre half. McGlynn makes a contest. Punches it. Carroll. Dummies one. Dummies another. Gets pushed off the kick as he puts it in. Luxa Fortune. Grant's there. Grant's been good in and under. He gives it back to Sheether. Sheether gives it back there to the Isaac Edmonds man. The landlord. Dummies one. Comes round the other and kicks it long. But he'll find Todd Brownwillie. He's knocked off the ball. Just he got it. Gets back on it. Can't get it out. Gets a handball this time. Charging through for the Tigers. And the umpire says it's in the back. And a Tiger free kick to Daniel McAllister. He goes long with a big kick to the goal square. What do we got here? Benny Elvis gets back and drops the one hander and then punches it through from behind just to relieve a little bit of pressure. Okay.
Contracts regional plumbing scoreboard. It's the Panthers 6-9-45, lead Aubrey 5-5-35. 10 margin as it was at half time. Looks like Luke Carroll. Two Carrolls kicking in for respective sides tonight. Goes wide of the boundary line, needed to be precise and was. Found Shield. Shield deep around that corner. It's a shocking pocket, that one. We cannot see a thing. Chips in, goes to Rex Hunt. Can't take a mark. I don't know whether the light's got in his eyes. Ends up with Lockie Boy. Goes back to Shield. Finds the man with a similar hair in Stevens. Stevens goes down the wing now looking for McGlynn. Now Muscles does well, takes the mark, was then legged, and will get a free kick.
Holding the ball. He dropped it cold. He was probably a bit unlucky because when he played on, he ran over the boundary line. It should have been out of bounds.
And Masterson chips it back on. Ends up with Isaac Edmonds now. Runs past Jay Banks, who chased him down. Not before Edmonds got the kick towards half forward for Aubrey now. Kerry Barr comes out to meet it. We overran it. At the back there is Tommy Butler for Lavington. Goes over the top looking for Lockie Boyd, but the boundary line's even closer. And we'll have a boundary throw in around 55 out. Is it, Rosie, from Aubrey's goal?
That's where it is, in the old cricket scoreboard pocket. And McGlynn's got a tough ass playing on Masterson. He's doing an okay job if he had been able to kick straight.
Kelly over the top, knocks it forward. It spills out though there where O'Brien gets it. Was it? Throws it round the boot. Kicks in the forward line. It's punched away at the front. Was Manny. He punches it over. O'Brien clever, but it gets back and here's a goal. In and kicks a goal to Daniel McAllister. What
No, it's Daly's goal.
Oh, sorry, Dave. I saw the three. It's ugly through this double glass, I've got to say. But Daly's second goal for the third quarter brings him back within 3 points, doesn't he? Contract plumbing scoreboard says it's 6-9-45 to 6-5. That would be 30. 41.
Give 3 of those points to Manny Edmonds. Absolutely fantastic. Got to the base of the pack. Flicked it out cleverly to Isaac, his brother, who screwed a kick in towards the goal square. Kerry Barr tried to trap it, just snuck away from him, and Daly was in the goal square to back up his third goal. A vital one for the Tigers, brings them back with 4 points. But I tell you what, Manny Edmonds has been on fire, and he's a Flavors Restaurant Sports Club player of the day contender at the moment.
We've got certainly a contest here. Saturday Night Football on Oak FM. We hope you're enjoying it wherever you are. Umpire to restart play now in the centre of the ground. Here we go, we're underway. He approaches, throws the ball high into the air. The Rucks go at it. Neither got a decisive tap. In fact, virtually none hit it until it come to the ground. Comes out, Albury's got a chance. Daly, the man who just kicked the goal, fed it off and got the angle and thumped inside, looking for foul. A good spoil there, come from Dickens. Albury thumping inside, looking for Kotzer. Won't get it. Benny Albers looked like he was tackled there. And the ball will go over the boundary line around 25 metres out, 30 metres out from Albury's goal. They trail by 4 points. We've gone just a tick over 10 minutes in the third quarter. OKFM footy from Lavy Sports Club.
We'll see shortly. We'll get Dave to try and get an AFL score for us, and we'll get it off him very shortly.
Boundary throw in. Aubrey's got a chance to score. They go defensive to start with. England will chip it back inside, looking towards an option. Barr can't take the mark. Kotzer's at the back. Barry beats him to it. Chips off the ground. And we'll have another boundary throw in right behind the post. Just a couple of metres around from Aubrey's goal, Ronald.
Certainly is, and danger time for the Tigers. Albury with the last, for the Panthers, the Tigers with the last one. They wouldn't want another one here. Tigers certainly would love one. The ball coming back in now, spinning in. Dickens does the ruck work, but he knocks it straight to the Tigers there. To the top of the square. Luke Hain was under it, but Todd Brown got there, thumped it across the boundary line and out in the dead pocket that we cannot see a thing in front of the Albury Sewing Centre sign.
Albury Sewing Centre sign is all around the ground here, Ron.
They certainly are.
Excellent work, and they're great supporters of OKFM.
The ball's knocked in, it spills to the front of the pack, it's sharked off by Packer, and it's a point. Yeah, he could have made a bit more of that, Luke. He had a bit of a chance there, but anyway, didn't work.
Been dangerous since half-time, Packer.
Since he came on the ground, he missed the first quarter, but since he's been alright. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Panthers bring the ball back in long now. The pack forms at centre half back for them. It comes out Albury, taps it. Lockie Boyd ends up with it, thumps it back towards centre half forward for the Panthers. Graham Hart front position, couldn't do much. Come down to Rex Hunt, got the kick forward, first out to meet it for Albury. Looked like Reed, got the quick handball off to Anglin, goes over the top of Paul Sanson's head into the middle of the ground. Now Albury, 3 players to beat. There the Panthers with numbers. Shield picks it up, gives it across to Stevens, runs this way and that on the right boot, hits lace out. Timothy Sanson can't take the mark. Masterson's in there for Albury, and he gets a free kick, a soft one at that. It looked like Rosie, but it's a free kick nonetheless.
And he's heading to the rooms, Lockie Boyd. Is that a problem with him, Jono?
Masterson receives and chips back across. Looks like he could have found Reed out there. He's got Isaac Edmonds if he wants, and he'll go that way now, who marks, but they're not too far from the Panthers' goal square. He's only about 5-10 metres out from the Panthers' goal now.
They've given away about 40 metres without losing possession, Albury.
I think they're just setting up. He goes out wide looking for Nick Carroll. Should find him. Todd Brown was a bit late getting there. Nick Carroll turns around. What's he got further afield now? This could be their problem. Nothing presenting at the moment, so he holds it. He holds it a bit longer. Now elects to go long, looking for McAllister. Goes up and almost could have been paid the mark. Wasn't so. In the end, it spills to ground for Dickets. Couldn't get a decisive handball away. He does so now. Gets it off to teammate Thompson, who does thump it towards Fowler. Comes charging out, drops the mark. Good effort, but 100%. Matty Edmonds gives it to McAllister. He runs inside 50. Shot on the spot. It's bending. And the Tigers have got their 7th and hit the front. Daniel McAllister, good work through Matty Edmonds. They go to 7-6-49 to 6-9-45. That is.
Guess who gave it to Daniel McAllister then?
Matty Edmonds.
Manny Edmonds. He's been everywhere tonight.
Ball's back in the middle. Kelly goes. It's a no hit. It's knocked to the ground. Grant's there. Shilgs there. Grant gets it. Quick hands to Jason Sheeter. He gives the old hevo in the face. Said out of here. The Huttons don't argue and kicks out with an ordinary kick. Cecil Sanson runs onto it, so does Graham Hart. Hart gives it to Shilg, he fumbles, comes back, it spills to the Panther for the Luke Daly. Daly for the Tigers goes short, finds Brendan Brain. He marks just forward of the centre, slows up, now he gets moving. Goes out in the pocket, he's got the big lead from Kotzer. Elvis and Kotzer, both at Bush Ranger teammates. The ball goes over the boundary line, right in front of the regional contract plumbing score. Albury 7-8, the Panthers 6-9-45.
Thanks, David Johnston there for the Border Mail.
Yes. Yes, it's been a tight quarter, hasn't it, Dick? Anything can happen here as we spin the ball back into play. He works to the front. Fowler's there also. Spills away. Albers comes through, kicks it off the ground, finds the boundary line over there in front of the contract plumbing scoreboard. About 50 metres around from it, actually, and we'll have another throw-in.
We're in for a dogfight, Rhodesy.
We are. It's going right down to the wire. The Tigers leading by 3 points, and you get the feeling that it's not going to break open, that it's going to stay like this all day, and that Jono is going to see second heart stopper in the space of a few hours.
Yeah, let's hope his heart holds up. Out comes the ball. Kelly gets it down for the Panthers.
Good hands.
Gathered in there. It looks like could have been Todd Brown. Anyway, gets the kick out wide. No, towards Todd Brown now. It's gathered there for Albury through the agency of Whiteman. Handballs across McAllister. He's been good all game on the left boot. Chips and finds Matty Edmonds, who takes the mark. Hop and shoot there was Darren McKimmie, but Matty Edmonds got it just beyond 50. Tips in, and he's found a teammate. Matty Fowler's come out and taken the mark, only about 30-35 out for Albury, and can increase their lead to 9 points. Good football by Albury on that occasion, Rhodesy.
You got me there.
You've
with
got you yawning, Rhodesy. Long day for you.
Yeah, but it's getting late in the day, or in the evening as well. But Matt Fowler, an important kick here. He hasn't kicked one yet. He must kick this for the Tigers'
He
sake.
comes in for the Tigers, sets the ball on its way. He's made the goal umpire do a bit of work, and the goal umpire says, no, you've missed some. That is only one behind. Matty Fowler says, good, I just wanted to make sure the game was still close. It's a 4-point lead now to Albury. Lavington 6-9-45.
If there's one thing he said, it certainly wouldn't have been
Trail
that.
Albury 7-7-49, but we can't say that, only Rob.
Paul Sansell kicks to himself and then comes out and runs straight up the middle, kicks it long looking for Kelly, backing in Fowler. Brain gets it dry. Oh, umpire, if you don't mind.
Little soft.
They're very soft. Brendan Brain's got the resultant free kick though. He aren't allowed to tackle any longer by the sound of it. Brain goes out wide, goes to Daniel Angwin. He's on the wing, he dummies back in on the left foot, doesn't quite know now, he steadies, kicks long, kicks to the hot spot at centre half forward, it's a good ball. Gutsy mark, Matthew Fowler.
And equally gutsy from Luke Haim, who was the one that bore flat out Fowler.
Fowler's gone on with it and he's got a man short in the pocket and it's Kotzer. Jaden Kotzer marks about 35 metres out. That was a great mark by the captain, inspiring for the Tiger captain there.
A bit winded by it, but he still had the presence of mind to look up, find a man closer to goal and hit him on the chest.
He certainly did. Kotzer resultant kick on goal now moves in just to open it up for the Tigers a little bit.
He'll kick this.
He'll kick it all right, and he has straight over the goal umpire's head, I'd say. Yes, he likes it, Jaden Kotzer, and that's his first for the night, but it gives the Tigers a nice little lead on the, the contract plumbing scoreboard, and that'll be the contract regional plumbing scoreboard. 8-7-49, leading Levy 6-9-45. You ever tried to call through double glass? We've been going 18 minutes here in this. The double glass in the dark is not a good mix.
We're going very well indeed on the Roofing Centre Oak FM O&M football.
Back in the centre of the ground now, the umpire to get underway. Albury snatched the last 3 goals now and is starting to look good. Shield in the middle tries to break clear, gives it to Stevens. He thumps it forward. They need the next one, the Panthers. They're starting to get on top Albury. Graham Hart can't take it. John Hunt does, runs in, kicks on the right, goes across the face and just sneaks in the end for one behind. Takes the Panthers on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard to 6-10-46. Trail Albury 8-7-55. We've gone just a tick over 19 minutes in the third term. Nick Carroll to return the ball for Albury. Chips to himself. Runs about 5-10 metres and thumps it towards centre wing now. Graham Hart camps under it, sets up a tent, knocks it down. In there with Stevens for the Panthers. Handball off to Hunt, fumbled at first but ran to about 40, fell over, kicked. Timothy Sanson off hands on the line and it goes through for one behind. 6-11-47 the Panthers on the Contracts Plumbing scoreboard to Albury 8-7-55.
As I said, now it's right now that it gets dangerous for Lavington with their lack of accuracy as the Tigers lead, and if they can kick another couple before three-quarter time, it'll be very hard for the boys on the home ground.
Carroll restarts and pumps it out to the half-forward line. Kelly gets one hand over the back, doesn't get it. Reed does well. He gets it to Angler. He puts it out in front of Manuel. The landlord's older brother's caught there by McKimmie and drops the footy. It's called play on. They're still going. Ball spills out wide where gets it. He puts it in the Tigers running everywhere. In the way though, that's Adam Butler, charges through on the left boot, kicks out wide over Hunt's head, but he gets back, he's quick enough, Rexy, gets the football and pumps it to half forward, Hart's his target, in the way, the unfair advantage over McGlynn's head it was there, and Masterson marks it half back. It has been, hasn't it? Masterson kicks it out the other side there, and it's a mark to Reed. He's been handy also. He goes short again. Oh, it's a terrible kick. Jono Thompson's in the way though. Tries to handball, can't get it across. And Jason Sheila does well though, inside out. Goes in, goes back, takes a handball to Brendan. He steadies up, waits and doesn't handball. Stevens gets a hand on it. And there's a free kick to the Tigers, too high at half forward against Kate Stevens.
A little bit of a swinging arm motion there too, it was from Stevens. There wasn't a lot in it, just for a free kick though.
Isaac
Just
Edmonds,
for a free
the kick definitely got him high. Landlord kicks in and he finds Lukey Carroll charging through.
Still allowing you to.
I didn't say he cracked him. I just said swinging arm motion.
You ought to go back to CDU where they play that sort of game.
Good win
Carroll
for the
gets
Saints.
the
Good
foot-
win for the Saints today, Rob.
That's good. Carroll brings it out the centre wing where Hart marks. On his chest, steadies up Graham Hart, tries to get it moving. Got Rex Hunt here. Hunt's under pressure, but coming through is Lockie Boyd. He gets it, handballs it away. They'll run into it. Andrew Grant's in the way. Quick hands. Gives it across very quickly to the landlord, Edmonds. He gets it to Jono Thompson. Thompson sees a lead into the pocket, and he's doing better than we are. McAllister, he spills from his hands, but it falls to Daly. He runs inside, steadies, lines it up, and hits the post. Shook the woodwork, did Luke Daly there. 8 goals, 8, 56 to Albury, 6-11-47. Danger time for the Panthers.
It is indeed, Ron, and I won't say the comeback that I had there for you right then, because I think I might only upset you.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
going to leave it alone. It's between you two in the car park afterwards. Chip comes in by Lukey Carroll to the back
Hands on
pocket.
drugs. It must be those 15.
The
The additives in the 15 hot dogs. are
trivia question tonight, guys, is how many hot dogs did you two go through today?
None, me.
Armo in the back pocket. Just those rolls, Ronnie, which you love
They
to.
were good.
I'll tell Michelle later. He comes back out now. Corey Brown chips in, finds Sess. No, Sess drops what he really should have gobbled up at 8 and then tries to kick. There as he's tried to take Whiteman's head off and the umpire says nah, free kick. Sess says fair enough too, just replacing a divot.
I don't think he tried to take Whiteman's head off, just it was there.
Whiteman chips now to Heim. He kicks inside 50. Couple of Panthers, they spoil each other. Ball comes down. I can't quite. That pocket is feeding him shock. And Matty Edmonds ends up with it on 50 for Albury. Kicks inside, looking for Fowler down there. It's thumped through. In fact, it was Packer down there for Albury. It's thumped through. One behind on the complex regional plumbing scoreboard. Albury go to 8-9-57. Lead the Panthers now by 10 points. 6-11-47.
Luke Carroll restart play. He goes short to Corey Brown. He marks in the back pocket. Holds it up and gets it moving quickly now. Kicks it out to centre wing, but it's up and under. Spills to the bottom. McKimmy's there. Hunt's there. Hunt does well. Gets around. He sees Butler. Butler runs onto the ball, but it's over his head. No, Grant charged at the football. Did well. Gets it across to Nick Carroll. That was Brett Whiteman. It wasn't Grant, but anyway, Nick Carroll's got the resultant kick through down the half forward line, but Billy Armand comes charging out of defence, pops it over to Luke Schill, who marks it centre wing. Schill just holds it up and steadies a little bit at the moment.
Nick's goal very important to either team here, with Albury leading by 10.
How good was Whiteman's attack on the football a minute ago? As he goes long looking for Hart, the ball goes over Hart's head and out of bounds just in front of Reed.
Brett Whiteman has been a very impressive contributor tonight,
He's
right?
been good, yes.
Flavors Restaurant Player of the Day contender in my mind.
We've gone 24 and 10 seconds in this third term. The premiership quarter, they call it. Boundary umpire to throw it back in. Throws it. That's a good throw too. Goes over the top. Tim Sanson to the back, gets the tap down. Ends up with Shiva, who goes out England. Paul Sanson meets him front on. Tries to tap it, but Rex Hunt was in the way. Threw it out. The umpire says fair enough. And now there's a free kick. It'll go Lockie Boyd's way for the Panthers. He was held. Looks like Shiva there that held him. Players flood back. There's not a lot on for him at the moment. He's too far out to score. He'll have to kick from about 60. He sees an option now, McGlynn. He'll need to take it because at the back there's a couple of Albury players. Masterson was one, Carroll the other, but it beats both of them and out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Jono.
Looking for a bit of run in the last quarter of the Tigers. Ball comes in. Packer's got a chance for Albury now. Doesn't know what to do. Chips cleverly
Does well.
along the boundary line. Gains about 10 metres, but that'll do. And he's plucked in for deliberate.
Oh.
Well, that's stiff. That is stiff.
He got talked into it by Lee McGlynn there. Simple as that.
That is stiff. I mean, really, when you look at it,
It's over umpiring.
it is over umpiring the game, that's for sure. There's no need to do it. We got a good contest. Let's hope we don't have too much of that. Corey Brown to receive it. Too far for him to score. Puts it at the top of the goal square like a good team player. Team Sanson puts the mitts up.
What a super
And it's plucked the
mark.
mark. And they will be disappointed with that. Albury won for the free kick, but Tim Sanson with ease in the end just stuck the... In fact, he was the only one that stuck the mitts up. The rest of the blokes just pushed and shoved. And he has taken the mark right on the point of the goal square and will go back and make no mistake for... What's this? His third of the night. He's had a good night, Brendan.
He has, and he's kicked the goal, but an important pass in there by Corey Brown. He picked the spot and put it right to the top of the square. Very important stuff.
I tell you what,
And he gave his team a chance.
Albury can feel jilted with that.
Oh, absolutely. They were very, very hard done by to get that.
But it was well done once the kick was paid. It was well done by Brown and Sanson.
Jono change down there.
Dave Taylor, a score update from the AFL.
Jono.
So the Bombers in front by 8 points in the third quarter down there in Melbourne. The other match going on tonight, Port Adelaide versus Carlton. We'll see if you can track down from that. I think it was starting about half an hour later, so it'll be only in the second quarter at the moment.
Running all around the side of the square as we throw it up here. Ben Hall gets it up. Kelly knocks it back the other way. Goes to John Hunt. Hunt's besieged, but he gets it across to Luke Shulg. Shulg backs himself, gets round one, charges through, goes forward, and Sanson, it just bounces in front of him. Spills to the back. Nick Carroll gets back on it. Steady, pops one up. He's got Whiteman, but in front of him was
Isaac,
the landlord Edmonds. He marks on his chest, Isaac. Comes back and kicks to centre wing. Taylor's the brain, punched away by Kelly. The ball falls to the ground. Kelly does well, wraps it up there. The Albury player was away. Cam Taylor comes through. It's knocked away from him. Somehow it spills back to Jason Sheether. He looks out. He puts it out in front of McAllister, is it? Who takes a very, very good mark in front of his opponent Butler there. McAllister about 75 metres from goal. Kicks it long, and a good mark to Matthew Fowler. He's got the call on short, he gets it on short. Did it go far enough? The umpire said it did, blows the whistle. Trying to get a shot on goal late in this quarter. And it's Mark Dickens has the footy from about, what did he kick, from 45 metres. And Dicko will kick this one, I believe.
Depends whether he kicks it like a forward or a backman, Ron.
Yeah, where's he been? He's kicked like a backman. Through from behind. Contract Plumbing scoreboard takes Albury to 10:58. Lavy 7:11:53. We've got the close one.
The missed opportunity sneaking away from Albury too now. They've kicked 4 goals, 6 in this third quarter to Lavington's 3 goals, 3.
The kicking comes to Corey Brown, who marks in the back pocket. You can have it, young man, when you can see it. Corey kicks it inboard where it's marked there by his brother Todd. Todd at half back. They've had 2 kicks, still not outside 50, the Panthers.
Todd should send him outside 50 now. He runs across. Will switch play across the ground on his left boot today. Something North and Yarra struggle to do a bit. Finds Kelly. And the umpire blows his whistle because there's the siren. And it goes. It's good to be at the ground where there is a siren too, guys. Lavington 7:11:53 lead. Albury 8:10:58 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing Scoreboard. Doesn't Ronnie love that too? The plumbing scoreboard. You're a plumber in your day, weren't you,
Can
Ronnie?
you give me the scores again?
53.
Trail Albury.
Trail Albury 8:10:58. So I thought you were joking. You're struggling to set that scoreboard, mate. You are.
No, you call the...
Split them up and give either side an advantage. Manny Edmonds has been absolutely sensational. He's won the football under the packs, out on his own. He's set up 2 of Albury's goals in that quarter at least. And really, he has just been, I suppose, the difference that's kept his team 5 points in front. John Hunt has been very lively for Lavington. Tim Sanson presenting well and has kicked 3 goals. Both the Browns, Corey and Todd, have had plenty of the football. Lee McGlynn would probably have the better of a battle with Jeremy Masterson if he hadn't have kicked 1 goal 3, and Cade Stevens has been Cade Stevens. Lockie Boyd sticking to his task very well, and that's on Manny Edmonds also. Luke Daly, 3 opportunistic goals for Albury has been very important. Daniel McAllister with 3 sneaking forward. Brett Whiteman, I've been really impressed with his game down in defence, and Lavington would probably be in front if it wasn't for his work down there. Jason Sheether is probably a player that...
Just get on with the calling, boys. You two can call. I'll sit here and...
I'm on the fence.
No, I'll sit and watch.
Umpire puts the ball up in the middle of the ground. The Panthers trail by 5 points. I've got no idea. Out goes out on the centre wing now. Todd Brown tries to tap it. Can't quite get it. Picked up there. Ends up with Nick Carroll on the outer side. Chips up towards half forward for them. Contest. No one can take the mark. McAllister for Albury. He jumped on top of Armo. Mark Arman, and the umpire crosses himself and says, we'll have a ball up around 55 metres out from Albury's goal. They do lead on the Complex Regional Plumbing scoreboard, 8-10-58 to Lavington's 7-11-53. Within the first 30 seconds of this last and final term, ball goes up, Luke Shield runs out, runs his full measure, +5, kicks towards half forward, McGlynn can't take the mark, Martinson turns slow for Albury. It's a foot race now, tap forward by McGlynn. Pack forms again about 30 metres, 35 out from Lavington's goal. Umpire crosses himself again. We'll have another ball up, the second of the term.
So the umpire will ball it up in the air, deep in the forward region for the Lavington side. Ruckman to go at it again. One down by, that was Reed, was it? His ball is lost away. Chance now for Albury. They keep firing it out of the defensive region. On the possession there, Manny Edmonds. Caught Darren McKinney. Play on's the call. Todd Brown's in there as well. Ball fired towards the line. Umpire finally comes in and says, I'll ball it up. We'll try and work that out. We've actually lost RPH, unfortunately. Which is quite disappointing. They've left us at 9 o'clock, which is something that really has to be worked out. John Ivers, if you're listening, see if you can organise that, because it's disappointing for our Albury Wodonga listeners as the ball is punched over the boundary line. Was that on the full? No, from John O'Thompson, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Boundary throw in the outer side. As we say, early stages. We've gone just 2 minutes, just to tick on 2 minutes now in this final term. It is Albury by 5 points. Boundary, the umpire throws the ball in. Albury sewing centre sign out there. Kicked forward now by Toddy Brown towards 50. In top pursuit is Rex Hunt. Picks it up now. Hunt turns around in his right boot. Looks for an option. Kicks up forward towards Sanson. Puts the mitts up. Can't take the mark on this occasion. Already clear through Martinson. Handballs across and finds Thompson, it looks like. Thumps the ball to the middle of the ground. There's numbers there. Kelly for the Panthers in hot position. In the best position, couldn't take the mark though, spills to the back and picked up. Manny Edmonds has it, goes to half forward. McAllister takes the mark out in front of Mark Armand out there.
Butler that is, but he's been a target. Butler. It's been a good battle, but McAllister's on top of Butler at the moment.
McAllister turns around, puts it inside 50. Kelly at the back, spoils to ground level now. McKinney's there with Kotzer. Both see it over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in 15 metres around from Albury's goal.
And the boundary throw-in is what we will see. The ball is close to the mark for Albury. They'd love this first goal of the final quarter. There's been no addition to the score in the first 3 minutes of the last term. Ruckman to go at it. One down by Clint Dickens. Boyd lays a crude tackle on Kotzer.
He was a bit stiff though.
Jaden Kotzer.
The tackle went with as he slipped down.
He did. Ron had the glasses on that, so he had a better view. He had a better view of it. The free kick is paid for too high to Jaden Kotzer, and he will kick from about 48 metres out on a tight angle in the netball court's pocket here at the Lavington Panthers Oval. And he's going to take plenty of time over this because it's a massive, massive kick for the hopes of the Albury Football Club tonight. Comes in now. Takes plenty of time over this. Jaden Kotzer for goal number 2. It's going to be close. The pack converges. Big fly came from Brain. And there is a ball up to be called as the pack wrapped it up. And nowhere she goes.
She was the big leap, wasn't it, over the top?
Umpire's going to throw it up now. Lavington can ill afford a goal to Albury. It looks like it's going to be a tight final turn. Fowler takes it out the ruck, needs to get it on the boot, does so. Went up and down. No mark will be paid to Todd Brown. Tried to punch it, so did Dickens. And then it's tied up in there. We'll have a bounce. We're still only about 10-15 metres out from Albury gold here. We've gone 4.5 minutes, final quarter.
This has been a great, desperate game of footy, hasn't it?
It's been fantastic. Saturday night football on Oak FM. Ball comes down. Looks like McAllister in there for Albury. And there's a whistle. The ball is actually gone. Beating all the players concerned there over the boundary line.
I think the Albury boys were appealing for a deliberate against Lockie Boyd, which in the context of what they got paid against them, it probably could have been there.
Out of play. Ball comes in. Kelly was the only one that went forward for the Panthers. He tapped it down. Pack forms again. Umpire lets it go for now, but then blows his whistle. Yeah. Not going anywhere wrong.
They are not. They're having a red-hot crack both sides at the moment.
10 goals. If either side can get to 10 goals, they'll win this game, I would think. Because there'll be nothing asked or given as the kick comes out of defence there from Hunt. How good's he been? Kicks down towards centre wing. McGlynn toes it off the ground. Goes towards half forward. Whiteman gets in the front spot. Gets the hand pass back. Gathered for Albury. Now it comes out towards Masterson, who kicks into the centre. Nick Carroll did well. Picked it up and ran away. Kicks down towards half forward, looking for Fowler. Bounces in front of him. He gathers nicely. Shrugs one tackle. Snaps it onto the right boot. Good play. Snap towards goal. Looks like a beauty for the Tigers. Great goal for Albury. And it's been kicked by Jaden Kotzer. And he loved it all the way in for his second. And Albury get that all-important first goal of the last term and lead by 11 points. They're 9-10-64. Lavington 7-11-53 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. 6 minutes final quarter on the Roofing Centre Oak FM O&M football. Right, John. Yeah, RPH left us at 9 o'clock.
Back here.
That's what John.
Sorry, Dave. Back here at the Lavington Panthers Oval. Throws the ball back in the centre after Albury's goal. We're going to find out what the Panthers are made of because they trail by 11 points now. Stevens pushes it forward for them. Kick comes out there for Albury. Packer picks it up now. Goes over the top looking for Sheether. Jason Sheether. Picks it up, kicks off one step towards half forward. McAllister made a contest, got it to ground level for Dickens, puts it towards Fowler. Can't take the mark. Lockie Boyd comes out. He should clear for the Panthers and does so. Takes a bit of a run and kicks out Todd Brown at the back. It was touched first, was it? No. Brown paid the mark. He's about defensive side of the centre wing. He'll sum up his options. Very critical. The Panthers get the next. If Albury do, you'd say they're just about a match-winning lead. Goes towards half forward. Luke Carroll flies, can't get it. Falls to Benny Albers. He goes at it with Matty Edmonds. Neither can get a decisive possession. John Hunt goes in there for the Panthers, but it's tapped out in front of him. And we'll have a boundary throw in front of the Albury Sewing Centre sign out there. And gee, we got a good contest here, Ronnie.
We certainly have. There's nobody stepping back and waiting for the football. They're all attacking at 100 miles an hour.
Umpire throws the ball in, spinning back into play. Luke Carroll does the contest against Isaac Edmonds. Falls to ground for Cade Stevens. Gives it to Todd Brown. It was fortunate because he was on his left boot. But he gave it up too early. In fact, he kicked it straight to, is that Thompson? Jono Thompson, who swings out on his right boot there. We'll find Anglin, who holds up, limping rather. I might have a bit of a cramp there, I heard ankle. Goes back in board, had to be accurate and was. Finds Grant in the middle of the ground. He's manned by Luke Carroll. Getting very animated, the coach's boxes. I'm not sure if you can pick that up, particularly Albury next to us. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Nick Carroll dropped what he really should have taken. He'll go again like he always does. Goes on the left boot inside looking for Matty Flower. No, McAllister.
Does well.
McAllister has put Tommy Butler out of position and taken a mark. And if he goes back and kicks this, one would sense that the fat lady might be starting to warm up, Ronald. It would be tough for the Panthers to get back, given the state of play at the moment.
It would be an early call, though, Murph.
It would be, but given the state of the play at the moment, how tight it is, 16 points is a pretty tough lead.
Well, I did say 10 goals could win it.
This would make it 10.
As McAllister He's kicked 3, Murph, and if he can kick 4, it turns into a very good night for him and for the Tigers.
He's very mobile, McAllister. He creates targets and he also does the team things. Thumps the ball on, makes contests. He's a great player.
If Gambo was here, he'd say good players kick these goals. McAllister goes back, and I guess according to Gambo, he's a fair player because he's put it through for the Tigers. He's put through number 10. They go to 10-10-70 on the Complex Regional Plumbing scoreboard. The Panthers 7-11-53 trail them now by 17 points. Oak FM is Ovens and Murray football.
Just got to get a spark from somewhere here, the Panthers, and maybe Jay Banks or somebody off the bench might be the way to go.
Speaking of the bench, sorry, Ron, there's a change, Jono. There was a change for Lavington. Okay, so ball was at a high tackle for McKinney. No, says the umpire, I'll ball it up. It's gone forward by about 5 metres to the Panthers. They trail by 17 points. They need to get a wriggle on now because the Albury Tigers are marching on. They're playing better football at the moment. Carroll on the bottom of the pack, Nick. It kicked off the ground there for Albury. Is that Edmonds or Sheether? I think it was Sheether. He kicked it forward. Now it's with the Tigers player in Luke Packer who kicks it forward. Packer goes towards forward 50. Mark was dropped by Paul Sanson. Butler goes in, got caught high. Play on, says the umpire. Hand pass came out from Daly to Dicketts, and Dicketts kicked it like a centre half back and put it out of bounds on the full by a good 15 metres.
That's one that could have given him a real chance of wrapping it up there, Dicko, but he didn't finish his work well enough.
He could have nailed it, the bright premiership coach Mark Dicketts. Didn't do so, and the ball comes back in. The mark taken by Shield, and he goes away from full back. Kicks it to the outer side to set up for Daly, having a run up the ground. Under pressure from Clint Dickens. Dickens doing a good job there as well. And play on's the call as Daly kicks it forward. And now's a chance for Shield again for Lavington. Gathered there for the Panthers. Who's wearing the long sleeves there now?
Mark Armand.
Armand's changed to long sleeves.
Yeah,
A free kick has gone to Albury. And it's kicked forward there by Fowler inside 50. And I think
he's dropped it, hasn't he? Yep.
He dropped it. Matt Fowler was the one that should have taken the mark. The kick came in from, was it Reed who put it in there? I might be wrong again. We'll leave it at that. It's a long way away. It's a long way away at night as the umpire balls it up. Fowler couldn't quite take the tap. Hunt now got it away. Boyd did well. He goes out wider. Now it's a chance here for the Tigers. Kick forward there by... got me again. And we'll have a ball up. No, we won't. Panthers will come away. And McKinney. McKinney, they're all balled at Lavington still. And almost a free kick for Nick Carroll is paid for in the back. He's
Guess
balled
by
too.
who? Brother Luke.
Luke gives it away. The hands on the head give the story away too. As Nick Carroll takes the free kick for Albury. I've made a fool of myself for the last minute or so Murph, you better have a go.
In the centre of the ground, Nick Carroll. Brother stands the mark. He doesn't go long, he just tips out wide because he's got a loose man, rightly so too. Albury looking to go forward, inside forward 50 now. They've got a handy lead, 17 points. They can control the tempo. Ball comes in now towards forward 50. Out comes Matty Edmonds. Was pushed in the back by McKinney. No free kick doing. It's on forward 50 for Albury. Pack forms. And getting a bit heated out there at the moment. But the umpire blows his whistle and we'll have another ball up. Exactly probably what Albury wants at this stage. Plenty of stoppages make it tough for the Panthers to get any run at all through their star midfield. Ball goes up. Kelly goes up against and Butler tries to tap it down. No one can quite get it out. Pack forms again. And it's very congested out on the far side. Quick kick comes out by Shield for the Panthers towards the middle. Nick Carroll leads Luke, but neither got it. Bounce past them towards Graham Hart. Put his head over the foot, he won it, but couldn't hand pass out to anyone. Reed went in for Albury, was dispossessed before he had it. Thompson's in there with Stevens, and Stevens just jumped in the back of, looks like Jason Sheether there. And Sheether will get up and receive the free kick in the centre of the ground for Albury. Not looking good for the Panthers at the moment as Sheether kicks very poorly and gives it up to John Hunt. Hunt's been good, possibly the Panthers' best. Kicks down towards full forward. Ball punched away there from McGlynn by Masterson. Now taken by Nick Carroll. Did a great job to beat Graham Hart. Butler flew. It bounced off McAllister's head, it looked like. Play on's the call and the umpire will ball it up. I reckon Nick Carroll's been very, very good.
He's been
tonight.
He's
excellent.
been
I reckon he's been
absolutely
as good as
terrific.
anyone.
He's been terrific, Nick Carroll. Really impressive
Sensation.
player for the Tigers.
Change on the Labby bench. Kerry Barr back on. Luke Shield off.
Jono's joined us back in the box.
Too cold down there.
You got a jumper on too. And it's really snuck away on us. Is that why they don't play night footy after round 3, Jono?
Absolutely.
I got a sense, judging by the Albury box next to us, they really want this one to go 2-1. Matty Edmonds ends up within the middle. Tried to claim for too high, and the umpire says, I'll play a free kick, but it won't be to you, mate. It'll go to Corey Brown.
The landlord's big brother didn't have much chance then, did he?
Holding the ball. Corey Brown needs to move it quickly to get something going for the Panthers. Looks to be Graham Hart. Takes a mark. It hasn't had many marks tonight. Struggled to get in the game a little bit. Goes on his right boot now towards Josh Hillary. And I thought there was a whistle down the ground to hold things up. No, they've allowed play go.
I thought I heard the whistle too.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused there as to what was going on.
He was just premature to blow Hillary's mark, was he?
In Hart's defence, I thought he started the game pretty well tonight.
Hart was good early, wasn't he? He was
Yeah.
excellent.
Josh Hillary, go back. To say this is needed for the Panthers would be an underestimate. Goes back, kick on its way. I feel it hasn't
mark.
quite got it.
It's a mark.
It is a mark. Is that Tim Sanson?
He's not. Yeah, it is. It
Tim
is.
has got it.
Tim Sanson's got it.
Right on the goal line again.
Terrific mark. That's his second one of this type in the goal square. Jono Thompson had the hands on the heads, but it was a very good mark, and this is what you call a 90-degree angle. I don't reckon he could even see the goals because he's right
You
behind
look
the
where
point
Nick Carroll
post
is.
here.
Nick Carroll has got to be 10 metres away. He can't stand there, can he?
Tim
Runs
Sanson
around
plays
and-
on. You're right, Murph.
Nah, go Rhodes.
It's a goal. We
Timbers,
worked it out. It's a goal to Tim Sanson, and the game is still alive. Timbers got 4 goals, 1, and the Panthers cut the margin to 11. They're 8-11-59. Aubrey 10-10-70 on the Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. 16 minutes final quarter. And that's on the Roofing Centre, Oak FM, Ovens and Murray football.
what's the time, huh? How long have we been going?
16 and a half.
Need the next one.
We got a classic match here at the Lavington Panthers Oval. Saturday night football. Aubrey go inside 50. They've got a narrow lead by 11 points. Mark Harmon looks to put the Panthers back inside their 50. Just out, Graham Hart can't take the mark. Picked up by Matty Edmonds. Nick Carroll, who's run all day. He's been close to best of field. Chips up and finds Luke Packer out there for Aubrey. He's about 55 out from goal. We'll sum up his options now. Aubrey looking for the reply to the Panthers last. If the Panthers can get the next, we're in for a thrilling last 5 minutes. Packer holds it, looks for an option, chips in short and finds one, and it's not Kotzer, I don't think.
It's Luke Haim.
Luke Haim. Luke Haim out there. He's about 40 out from
I
goal.
think it is. It's a long way away, as you've said, boys, but it is Lukey Haim's got the football.
Go Haim. Alright, we'll stick with Haim.
Haim it is.
Well, that's his name.
Daniel McAllister's working on his shoulder down there in the forward line, forward pocket for the Tigers. He looks like he might have got a knock on a couple of minutes ago. The Albury bench is pretty concerned whether or not he needs to come off at this crucial stage of the game.
Haim comes in for his kick. It won't score. Search gets up and thumps it, and it goes over for one behind
Could be a
rush.
handy point.
It is a handy point, takes them to an even 2-goal lead. 10-11-71 to the Panthers, 8-11-59 on a complex regional plumbing scoreboard, Rhodesy.
Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard says 18 minutes gone in the final quarter. Paul Sanson, who grabbed the crow off the top of the goalpost then but couldn't take the mark. He kicked it short, and Luke Carroll kicks it long outside defensive 50, and a good mark taken by Isaac Edmonds in the centre of the ground.
The landlord.
He did well, Isaac Edmonds. We've got to call him the ex-landlord now because Steve King's left town.
Yeah, he's still the landlord, though.
He's still
making money.
a landlord for someone else. The kick was poor and it's turned over to Hillary. He kicks towards half forward. Tim Sanson missed it through his hands. McGlynn leads out under pressure. Was he worked away illegally? No. Albers picks it up, gets the hand pass back. This is important. It was fumbled by Hillary. Play on Sakal. Now grabbed low, holding the ball. Masterson gets the free. Advantage is paid. Kick towards centre half wing. Good play there. Down towards Packer. Packer at the back, play on. There's a Lavington player in trouble. Keep an eye on that, Ron. And now it's a chance for Aubrey. Daly's there. Picked up by Kelly. He's under pressure. Kicks it short outside 50. A one-handed mark there by Corey Brown. plays on quickly, kicks it around. Brown's got back to his feet, gets a free kick for pushing the back. That's courage. Oh, that is the most blatant advantage of all time that hasn't been paid there. And Todd Brown will have to go back and take his kick. They were away with 30 metres in the clear, Lavington.
He's done well to get up here, Todd Brown. He's pretty solid in by Luke Carroll, pretty fairly though.
Nick Carroll's nothing in it. He just winded him, I think, more than anything.
Brown goes short and finds Adam Butler, who hits the ground running and runs to 55. Sets sail for home. Butler lands in the square. Paul Sanson, did he? Not quite. And is it run over the line for a point? No, play on's the call. And now it's over and out for a boundary throw-in. He's flown at both ends, Paul Sanson, but hasn't been able to quite drag one down.
We've gone just right on 20 minutes now in this final term. I think most of the quarters have gone around the 28, 30 minute mark, Rhodesy. So we've got about 10 left in this match, or probably less than that, 6 or 7. Ball comes in the pocket. Aubrey over the footy. We'll have another ball up, but it's at the right end for the Panthers as far as they're concerned.
There, Aubrey. That was good Whiteman under that pack.
There's plenty of time. They've got to play back on the goal line as well, rightly so.
As Gambo would say, get him back.
Get him. Ball goes up, tap down, chance for Graham Hart, had a fresh air shot, boot comes out, I didn't pick up who it was, the player off the ground. Either way, the ball trickles over the boundary line, and we'll have another boundary throw in. The 1000th one tonight. We've got another interchange on the boundary line, see if Jono picks that up.
Anglin coming off, and I think it's Luke Packer coming off.
Yep.
It is boundary throw in deep forward for Lavington. They need a goal here. Timber taps it forward, but it's to the advantage of Whiteman, who's been terrific. He gave it to Reed, kicks outside 50. Todd Brown's made it a miraculous recovery. He gathers now. He did beautifully, Todd Brown. Gets around a couple. Kicks it inside forward 50 now. At the back is Tim Sanson. Couldn't take the mark here. Down to ground level. Free kick, no, a ball up, says the umpire. And that's what he'll do. 40 metres out from the Lavington goal. They need one, and they need it now, the Panthers.
It's a very tight contest, 12 points in it. Ball goes up on the forward 50 for the Panthers. Aubrey will get the kick out now. Butler takes the mark. I've been calling him Tommy all night. You're a disgrace.
Tommy, you've been pleased.
You haven't corrected me at all. Butler kicks towards the forward 50 now. Flying there at the back. McMaster anyway falls to ground for Stevens. Can't take the mark. Pushing the back. Hillary, nothing doing. Ball comes out. Chance for Kerry Barr. Snaps around on the left. Has it got the legs? It has! The Panthers have kicked their ninth. We've got a ball game.
Welcome back, Kerry Barr.
9-11-65. The Panthers trail Albury 10-11-71. Jono, can we have a draw, mate? Or we can? Do you think we might?
I reckon it's obviously going to go right to the wire. Lee McGlynn now coming off and being... Is it Lee McGlynn?
Yeah, Luke Shaw going on.
A bit more run in this dying stages of the game.
Momentum's a wonderful thing, and the Panthers have got the last couple. Can that propel them over the line, Ronald?
Oh, well, you would hope so if you're a Panther supporter, but obviously not if you're an Albury supporter. I think they have got the momentum, but they need a big target to take a catch down there and kick a couple.
Umpire put it up. Chris Kelly did the roving himself. He gave it to Paul Sanson on half. Centre half forward. Hart takes a strong mark. Wants to go quickly. He does. Sets sail towards the goal square. Who's there? Down to ground level. Masterson. McKimmie had it kicked away from him. Good play, Aubrey, and in the end, McKimmie not quite tall enough for Masterson. But Kerry Barr, what a story that'd be for him to return and kick the goal that's really got the Panthers back in this ball game. It's a straight kick, the difference. 23 minutes gone in the final quarter. The first genuine thriller on Oak FM this year. One down by Tim Sanson. And a ball up will quickly result. The umpire trying to let it go as long as he can, but now he has to come in and break the deadlock.
Both sides, and particularly Aubrey, created stages regularly by this fierce attack on the football.
What a day of Ovens and Murray football. The ball goes up, tapped down by Nick Carroll. He has been sensational. Todd Brown, quick kick. John Hunt in front. Timely spoil from behind the Albury defender, didn't pick it up at the time. Carroll in there again, Nick for Albury getting the boot off the ground. Paul Sanson directs Kelly. Kelly picks it up, dropped, and the umpire says play on. Butler picks it up, Adam Butler goes this way and that, puts it inside 50 on his left boot. Can the Panthers get a mark? No, it falls to the back towards the line. And Isaac Edmonds, I think, was the Albury player there that made sure it went through for one behind and not 6 points. We've got a 5-point ball game here. It's 9-12-66. Trailing Albury for the Panthers at the moment, 10-11-71 on the Complex Regional Plumbing scoreboard. We've gone tick over 24 minutes in the fourth term, Rhodesy.
We have it going right to the wire here. 5 points the margin in favour of the Albury Tigers. The ball will be brought back in by Carroll, who chips to himself, Nick. He runs away and kicks it down towards halfback. The target is Hayne. Punched away nicely from him by Hillary. And he finds the boundary line where the Panthers can set up for another assault. 24 and a half minutes gone. Time is ticking away here at the Panthers Oval. We've got a thriller on Saturday Night Football. A pretty good crowd in to watch it. And it really points to how it should be done more often. Ball back in. Tim Sansor Kelly won it down. Quick kick away from Nick Carroll. The mark was dropped by Paul Sanson under pressure from Dicketts. Quick kick fired forward there for Albury. And it trickles over the line in front of the Lavington box. And another boundary throw-in is the result. The kick there from Kotzer.
We'd see it off. Brain on. Going forward.
An important one there. Brendan Brain racing forward to try and snag a mark. Paul Sanson goes running back for him. As the ball comes back in, it favours Lavington the throw-in. Kelly tapped it down. Daly missed the chance. Todd Brown, he got it away to Luke Carroll. Here they go. Stevens kicks it inside 50. And the mark is taken by Schild. Luke Schild has it. 35 metres out, close enough to directly in front. And there's the siren. There's the siren.
And a 50-metre penalty.
Is it 50? No, it's not.
No, it's not. He's just
Not
running down.
50.
I saw him put the arms up. It was the end of the game.
Luke Schild will kick from 35 metres out, almost directly in front, to win the game after the siren for the Lavington Panthers. They trail by 5 points.
Tim Sanson's telling his players to stay out of the area.
Albury defenders should be getting right down to the line. Luke Schild has the biggest opportunity here. This is the stuff that dreams are made of if he can put it through. Luke Schild, 35 out, straight in front, comes in, kicks on its way. Lavington have won it. Lavington have won it. Luke Schild kicks the goal, and it's celebration time for the Lavington Panthers. What a fantastic game of football. Albury slipped to the ground in despair, but the Panthers have pinched it after the siren. Luke Schild cools a cucumber, brings it home for the Lavington Panthers, and they can celebrate a great victory. 10-12-72 Lavington, 10-11-71 Albury on a Contracts Regional Plumbing scoreboard. What a super game of football. Time for the Panthers to celebrate with this song.
Good call. Good call.
Good old Lavington
Forever. I know how to play the game.
Side by side we stick together to uphold the Panthers' name.
God blind me!
Till the barrackers all shout.
Freddie, sing it, son.
As
All barrackers should.
For the premiership we play
Oh.
at good old Lavington. Heartbreak for the Albury Tigers, but Luke Schild covers himself in glory. Saturday Night Football, what a sensational one. I hope the O&M hierarchy was here to see a very good crowd in to watch a fantastic game of football. And the Lavington Panthers have pinched the game by 1 point, and it shows that this should be scheduled much more often. What a fantastic game of football. Stephen Murphy, the heart is absolutely pumping right now.
What a game.
Yeah, look, sorry, I missed 2-1, Rhodesy. No. Look, no.
You idiot. What shirt you got on there?
Yeah, you idiot. Geelong Football Club. No, look, a fantastic win for the Panthers, but spare a thought for Albury. Gallant in defeat. They come into this football season. We've seen them on 2 occasions.
And David Johnston has got the hero. He's got the man of the moment, Luke Schild, with him.
Tell him I love him, Jono.
game, what a game.
Glenn, Cade Stevens, and after the siren, Luke Schill to win the game. For Albury, 3 goals each to Luke Daly and Daniel McAllister, 2 in the last quarter to Jaden Kotzer, or 2 in the second half rather, and 1 to Brett O'Brien. Lavington win it by a point, and we'll be back shortly to continue our post-match. Saturday night football, Lavington in a thriller. The roofing centre is Oak FM, O&M football.
Did that come through with that kid shoe?
Huh?
Did it come through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
you told me it wasn't on.